Hello everyone, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are from the 10th until the 16th of February 2020, and I am going to start with the gorgeous and ever so precious Aries. My beautiful Aries, you are going to have a rather good news this week, and this good news that you are going to have, it's going to mean a lot to you, and it's going to happen, it's going to manifest right at the beginning of this week. Now, it's very important because on one hand it is going to be a significant stage of you moving on with your life, because almost immediately there is an idea that you are going to have, and that idea that you are going to have, it's coming from a rather clear focus and from the very important stage in your life, because most certainly you're going to make an important and rather significant decision. The decision that you are going to make this week, it's immediately going to create a whole new perspective. It's going to make you feel so good about yourself. It's going to inspire you, and that inspiration is going to be so important because it's all about the optimism, and it's all about the understanding, and it's all about the new level of your life which is going to emerge here. And this is so important because it's, for once, going to help you to reflect on your life in a different way. For number two, is just going to really inspire you where you needed the inspiration. But this, when I say inspire you, I'm talking about the lack of energy that was caused because of like uncertainty. You were affected, within the last 7 months, you were affected in a certain way that it was kind of draining your energy, and it wasn't necessarily making you feel really bad about yourself, but it was just basically having an effect on you where you just kind of had a lack of inspiration, and that lack of inspiration can cause quite a lot. But in particular, when it comes to your energy levels, they were affected. When it comes to your planning, that was affected because subconsciously you actually had a little barrier. So this is all about get rid of this subconscious barrier that was basically preventing you to move on. It's very difficult to pinpoint this moment in time normally, and especially when it's happening, and especially when it's at its peak, because it's just basically what it does to you. It just kind of prevents you from kind of looking forward to things. I know it sounds really terrible, it sounds really morbid, but it's just a lot to do with like you being able, or you having the ability to see the picture crystal clear, which on another hand prevents you to kind of plan things for the future, and that affects you without you kind of like realizing, because it slows you down, and it's also kind of like prevents you from kind of planning really big, prevents you from thinking really big, because subconsciously it's this particular barrier that is kind of stopping you from moving on in your life. So this is why I said that this is absolutely important stage, because you will hear a good news that is going to create really an overwhelming and rather nice emotions, and this is going to be so good because it's immediately going to make you realize that there is an important lack of harmony that's missing in between you and somebody else. This is very important because now this realization is coming with this energy shift. So this is what am I saying here? It's about this particular energy shift, which is just going to keep on providing you with the different perspectives that you wouldn't have normally. These particular perspectives are very significant because whatever you do this week, whatever you start this week, whatever you begin this week, is just going to go a long way indeed. This is going to lead towards you having an important negotiation, my gorgeous Aries. You will have an important negotiation this week, and this is going to be so good, and the negotiation is going to end up being like very victorious for you in many different ways. And I would like to say to you as well, if you would like to negotiate, if you would like to start something big, if you would like to have some kind of sacred beginning, anything to do with the beginnings or anything like that is going to be absolutely remarkable and very important for you to do this particular week, because it's just the energy is going to be absolutely right, and it's going to take you that much further. It's going to provide you with so much more. It's going to make you feel so much better, and it's about the power of your mind that is going to help you to reflect on your situation in a completely different way. And now this is what am I talking about, not only being at the peak of your activity, but also being able to manifest. There's more, sorry, I've got the cat's hair everywhere. It's a cat's hair everywhere. So that's why I'm very, very itchy. Sorry about that, but it's just basically about it. It's about this return of this energy, which is very powerful when it comes to your own manifestation, and that manifestation, it's absolutely everything, because it's going to go a long way. So it's very important to be open-minded and to be as like adventurous, as daring as anything, because there is something kind of going to take an amazing and very sacred turn by the end of this week, an opportunity that you are going to have. It's going to put a massive smile on your face, but it's also going to be the beginning of an absolutely mind-blowing, remarkable change of your life. What else I was going to say, it is just about the control over a situation that you are going to have this week, and you're going to feel very strong and very powerful, and that is going to reflect on your own strength, my gorgeous Aries. And there is going to be the very daring situation that you are going to be part of, and you're going to be very proud of yourself, the way you're going to actually react, because it's all about a certain confidence that you are actually going to be able to feel. And also you're entering a very mind-blowing stage of your own accomplishment. There is an important accomplishment that you are going to have, and that accomplishment that you are going to have, it's also going to provide you with an opportunity, and that opportunity is going to require from you to make an important decision. You're going to feel so good, and you're going to feel so brilliant, and on a rather advanced level, because you are entering an absolutely mind-blowing stage when it comes to you feeling really great about yourself, when it comes to your own success, when it comes to an important completion, but also you being able to make a rather important and mature decision. You will see and you will know exactly why do I use the word mature, because it is just all about the actual stage that you are going to find yourself at, and you are most certainly going to feel very, very proud of yourself indeed. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Aries, which is rather important stage, you see an important judgment. You see this? An important judgment is going to take place. This judgment is so significant, and it's a very big part of your journey. This is a lot to do with your own rebirth. This is a lot to do with your own unfoldment. This is a lot to do with the balance, the return of balance that you wouldn't normally have. This is absolutely remarkable, because it's going to lead towards your own personal rebirth. And also when it comes to trying things, starting things, like doing new things, or doing things that are making you uncomfortable and making you bad because you're in touch with certain people, just go for it. You're going to have a very sacred week when it comes to that, and you are going to be rather protected. This is an important time when it comes to you, my gorgeous Aries, but it's an important, mind-blowing decision that you're going to make at the end of this week. And this particular decision is literally going to change your life. Just remember, an opportunity, a financial, wonderful, mind-blowing opportunity, which is about to become an important part of your own transition and change as well at the same time, my gorgeous Aries. When it comes to your actual health, you just need to make sure that you're still taking an organic acerola cherry powder. Very important indeed, because it's going to help you with your own vitamin C levels, and it's going to provide you with a natural source of vitamin C, which is exactly what you going to need. On another hand, what else I was going to say, it's a vitamin D. Absolutely important for you to try to like kind of go in the sun, if you can go in the sun, because you can get it that way. Or you can just basically just find it in a food. You can get a vitamin D from the food naturally, like organic free-range eggs are a natural source of vitamin D. Or you can get like a natural supplement. I say natural supplement just to make sure that it's without any terrible ingredients like chemicals or anything like that. This is going to be very helpful for you and very important when it comes to your own bones. On another hand, what else I was going to say, just make sure that you're using fluoride-free toothpaste and a fluoride-free mouthwash, because inside your mouth it's going to be very sensitive throughout this week or even throughout the months. Just make sure that you're using fluoride-free or chemicals-free mouthwash and toothpaste, and this is going to be rather important for you. And also organic acerola cherry powder, which is what I mentioned before, which is going to help with your vitamin C levels. Is at the same time, this is going to be very important when it comes to your your gum health and the gum healing as well. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you that are in relationship, you will have an important moment this week, because your partner is going to come with a quite important idea. And that idea that your partner is going to come up with, it's going to help you to make a decision even more efficient. And you will see exactly what I mean when it actually happens. You are going to reach a very important stage as the couple. And by the end of this week, something wonderful is going to happen to both of you. It's going to surprise you, but it's also going to provide you with an opportunity to speed something up. Okay, for those of you who are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Erinis, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, you see, it is going to be the certain person that is going to get your attention. Okay, this week there is an important person that is going to become the part of your journey, and you will notice this person will notice you. There is something really remarkable going to take place. There is something really remarkable going to happen. But it's even more interesting is that then and there, at that moment in time, nothing is actually going to happen, but it's this very strong connection that is actually going to happen with someone, through someone, by someone, you know, and then you will kind of go your own ways, and then later on something very significant is going to take place. This person is going to return into your life, but the way it's going to happen, it's going to be different, it's going to be bizarre, it's going to be unusual, but most certainly it's the energy that is just going to rejuvenate you in many different ways. It's also going to take place. Just watch this space, my gorgeous Erinis, watch this space. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Taurinis, my beautiful Tauruses. You know, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. This particular light at the end of the tunnel that you are going to see, it's most certainly going to become an important stage when it comes to you realizing something, you thinking about the new stage, you thinking about something completely different in your life that is just going to become a rather attractive, and it's also going to boost your power, it's going to boost your strength, it's going to boost your energy levels, because there is something like unlimited going to be connected to it. Certain options that are going to become so attractive to you, my gorgeous Taurinis, because automatically it's going to bring this absolutely wonderful harmonious energy in, and that energy is not only going to inspire you, but it's also going to give you an idea, but that particular idea is automatically going to help you so much with a certain problem, with the conclusion when it comes to the certain problem. And it's so good because it is just going to happen, and it's going to come, and it's going to manifest with an element of surprise, but it's wonderful because at the same time you will be tested. I really like it because at the same time you will be tested, and that test is going to be different. There is a challenging situation you will go through. Don't stop now saying, oh no, another test. No, baby, no. This is going to be an absolutely mind-blowing testy you're going to have, because at the same time you're crossing in a completely different dimension with a completely different energy, which means that the spiritual bridge that you're going to be part of, it's also going to bring you a remarkable clear focus that you didn't have before, which means that by the end of this week there is an absolutely annoying and ongoing problem coming to an end, but this is going to come through with this particular test. And this is why on one hand this is going to be very challenging, on another hand very daring, and then again you're going to surprise yourself, but then again this is just going to turn into something completely different, because this is going to be your chance to shine. This is going to be your time to shine. This is going to be the time of your own personal rebirth, which is most certainly going to happen throughout this week. So by the time you get to the end of this week, this is going to be absolutely fantastic, and it's actually going to mark the end of this problem that was bothering you and that was affecting you in such a way where you had a certain resistance to change. You had a certain resistance to change. So now that resistance to change is going to shift itself up. Bye baby, bye. But it's really good because most certainly it's going to start an end of it's going to start and mark an end of the problem, and it's just going to turn into something like ooh la la, rather vavavoomish situation, where you're actually vavavoomish situation. Look at this. I feel vavavoomish. Don't forget to buy my own little Maggie Mag here. Look at this. I feel vavavoomish. And then you have like a Sasha Bonasin on the other side as well, just to remind you. Okay, so I feel vavavoomish. Sorry about this. Sorry about this. Okay, so basically, yeah, this is all to do with a certain resistance to change, that it's going to become very much so obvious here, even if you weren't kind of aware of it, that this was kind of affecting you. So most certainly now you are going to be aware of it. That in itself is also going to bring a wonderful accomplishment, success, and a new stage is going to take place. That is so good on one hand, because it's just basically going to be very much so connected to the time of your life that created a certain anticipation and a certain waiting, and that in itself, it's also going to provide you with a realization, little hidden enemy that is going to be around you, little snaky in the grass. Is going to be an important part of all this process, because that snaky in the grass is going to make you realize to change your mind, to change your direction. So this is a bit of a yin-yang moment that you're actually going to have this week, my gorgeous Torini. So that little snaky in the grass is going to be very much a relevant part of your own success, relevant part of your own journey, and it's going to show its head when it's meant to show at the best moment in time, and it's most certainly going to make you kind of like to change your direction a little bit, to change your mind a little bit, which is absolutely brilliant. And that is going to cause the situation where you will not want to kind of overreact, you will not want to kind of like go low towards the low energy, you will want to rise above the negative situation by basically removing yourself from the situation, taking a little time out, and that wouldn't normally happen if you didn't go through this situation, and therefore you will become the part of this thinking process, which is on another hand going to also have a rather sacred knowledge. You will have a sacred knowledge at the same time, because you will have a tiny little hermit mode as well. So this is the deepness of the situation you're going to be part of. This is the deepness of the reality that you're going to be part of. This is the deepness of this dimension that you're going to be part of, which means that you will be able to stretch your mind that much further. So watch for the signs, watch for the dreams, watch what's the very first thing on your mind in the morning, indeed, because as I say, it's coming from somewhere completely different, but especially this particular week, because something is going to be revealed to you. On another hand, this is going to be highly more important time when it comes to your self-illumination, when it comes to the certain realization who to be cautious of and what to do in order to make the situation safer for yourself. But on another hand, something that you kind of you were in self-denial, certain stage came to an end. It is not meant to be part of your life. It is not meant to be part of your journey. You don't have to change anything as such, but it's just about the realization, and that realization in itself is just going to start making its own way by itself. Indeed, it's all about the actual self-denial. Self-denial is just going to come through on top, and it's most certainly going to become a quite an interesting moment in time when it comes to inspiration as well. Absolutely fantastic, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Okay, this is very important. You see here, it is all about you kind of having the right people in your life at the right time as well. I really like it, because somebody who you really think the world of, it's all the world of good, somebody who you really like, somebody who you really appreciate, somebody who's an important part of your life, is going to tell you something, and you will feel this, you will sense this, and that is on another hand going to inspire you in so many different ways. It's about this inspiration, but it's also going to be remarkable advice that you're going to get. Just watch for this remarkable advice, because it's going to be an absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to the recognition of yourself, recognition of something very important, and that in itself is just going to be connected to your turning point when it comes to enthusiasm and the beginning of an adventure at the same time as well, because you will know an important part of your life it's about to manifest, and it's going to happen through you realizing unlimited possibilities there where you didn't see the possibilities before at all. You see, this is exactly what I'm saying. It's all about the new beginning. It's all about the new inspiration. It's all about the new start. It's all about this wonderful creativity, and it's all about this transformation, destiny, fortune, and fate. This is all going to be so important when it comes to this, because it's all about having a control over a situation that you didn't have before. Absolutely fantastic. There is a very important project you are going to start. There is a very important project you're going to start, my gorgeous Taurinis, indeed. Okay, so now basically what else I was going to say, yes, when it comes to your health, my gorgeous Taurinis, when it comes to your health, it's just so important to try to eat as many vitamins A, C, and E, also known as antioxidants. This is going to be very important for you to get the natural supplements which are going to be high in vitamin A, C, and E. And also, if you can eat fruit, organic natural fruit high in these vitamins, that is also going to be just as good. But if you can't have fruit, then if you can get like a natural supplements without any chemicals or anything like that, carry on drinking like also organic carrot juice. Organic carrot juice is something that is very important for you to drink, because you're going to benefit from it, and also because you're going to have a quite sensitive eyes. Try to avoid gadgets as much as you can, and try to maybe turn the light down on the gadgets, on your iPhones, on your Samsung phones, or whichever smartphones you have. Just try to kind of turn the light down, and just try to kind of not to put yourself under the direct like light and things like that, just to protect yourself. But also organic carrot juice is going to be quite good when it comes to that. On another hand, what else I was going to say, you're also going to benefit from vitamin D. Either natural source of vitamin D like organic or free-range eggs would be quite good, or you can get like a natural supplement, but it needs to be without any chemicals, it needs to be without any anti-caking agents and things like that. It needs to be as natural as possible. And also, what else I was going to say, that your tummy and your digestion is also sadly going to be like a little bit sensitive. Just make sure that you're taking natural vitamin B complex, or you can get this from the food as well, from the certain foods. But vitamin B complex is going to be beneficial for two things that I think that you're going to benefit from this week. It's a little bit of stress that you will be going through, so vitamin B vitamin is absolutely brilliant for stress, but also at the same time they're brilliant when it comes to your own digestion. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, for those of you in relationship, you know there is an important idea that your partner is going to have, and that idea is going to be really brilliant. It's going to be really good, and it's important to remember that through a careful planning, you're going to achieve quite a lot. But it's also important to remember that idea is going to seem like avant-garde, maybe too avant-garde, you know. That idea is going to seem like too big or too huge or too complex. No, baby, no. Nothing is too big, and nothing is too huge, and nothing is too complex. It just seems like a little bit tricky, but most certainly it's going to require careful planning. Just remember my words, my gorgeous Taurinis. It's going to require careful plannings, okay? So don't get confused. For those of you who are actually single and ready to mingy, I just see you having a great time this week. I just see you going out. I just see you meeting people. I see you enjoying yourself, you know, in so many different ways. And I like it. I say enjoying yourself in so many different ways. Rather womanish moment in time, because you will have a lot of like respect from the people that it's going to surprise you, not in a bad way, but but lots of respect, lots of womanish energy, you know, lots of people who want to like kind of make a contact with you, maybe people who don't normally want to make a contact with you. So it's like, it's like you're gonna like this is the bottom line. You're gonna like it because it's going to reflect on your self-esteem. And it's going to reflect on your confidence. So it's very important for you to go out as much as you can this week and try to meet as many people as you can, because something wonderful is going to happen through all this confidence and through all this self-esteem indeed. Something that you really need and something that is going to really inspire you in so many different ways. Okay, the third sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Gemini. My beautiful Geminis, do you know what I mean? It's like, this is so good. You've got such a nice flip-flop moment. You know, when you have a really nice flip-flop moment, that means that there is going to be an unexpected situation which is going to arise, but then it's just going to inspire you so much because it's connected to the part of your life and it's connected to your path. It's connected to your journey. It's connected to the part of your life since a long time ago, when you wanted to do something but it just seems like oh no, it's not going to happen. And maybe, you know, my gorgeous Gemini, is the power of your mind is very strong, it's very powerful, so you kind of stopped yourself then and there. So now this is the beautiful karmic situation that is going to arise, which is going to surprise you, but most certainly it's going to be brilliant because it's going to inspire you at the same time, because there is the possibility that it's almost immediately going to be kind of too obvious, too radiant for you to kind of miss, to avoid, to ignore, because it's going to bring you a promise, you know, and that promise is going to bring you balance, and that balance is going to bring you lots of womanish energy, which is just going to be very optimistic moment in time for you. Remember, Geminis, you're very powerful, you're very strong, and you're very significant. And once the balance is right in your mind, you can create so much by your own projection on the world. Just think optimistic, be very positive, because as soon as the certain like a negativity comes through, or certain doubt or certain negative thought, you know, that can just cut through like not that nicely, and that just leaves this trail of negativity that just makes like a things around you a bit more cloudy. So therefore you can't feel your own path or your own journey in this significant and very bright and very like a focusy way, which you are going to have just right here. It's so important, because when it comes to your actual life, you are entering an important stage, you know, because the time that you were dissatisfied, now you are going to have an option that you didn't have before through your own accomplishment and through your own success. And this is also connected to the time where you were like kind of like a restricted also kind of yourself, you know, because it was just kind of connected to the time where it was like a little bit of a bitter situation arised, and it just changed your journey a little bit. So most certainly this is going to be quite a nice moment in time for you, and it's going to not only going to be the beginning of an important adventure, enthusiasm, initiative. Indeed, it's to do with a new stage, new option that is just going to bring you so much vibrancy into your life. But it's also to do with the realization, it's also to do with an excitement, it's also to do with the next stage, which is just going to help you to reach the peak of your own creativity. The things are going to start looking very much so very bright, very important, very strong, and very powerful right here. And that in itself is just going to also it's going to completely be connected to you feeling very satisfied and feeling very good, you know. And that in itself, it's going to make you abandon the certain stage. There is going to be an end of one stage of your life, you know, the certain stage, the certain part of your life that you're just not too excited about anymore. And this is most certainly going to become very bright part of your life, because you will know, you will be guided spiritually. You will know that there are great changes in the store for you, but you will also know at the same time, to reach this peak of creativity, to reach this passion, to go for it, to go towards this promise that it's about to rise up, you know, you will also know that it's an abandonment of the certain stage, because it's just going to end up dragging, and it's going to be very important, and it's going to be very significant for you to pinpoint what this is. But you don't have to like kind of look for it with a microscope or anything like that. You just wait for the end of this week and you will know. You're just going to start feeling it. You're going to wake up one morning within the last few days and you will know exactly what you need to change, what you need to work on, what you need to cut out, what you need to make an adjustment, what you need to abandon, what you need to start, what you need to focus on. It's going to be wonderful, and there are lots of creativities. The creative energy is going to be very significant. It's going to bring you a lot to look forward to, a lot to be happy about, a lot to focus on. This week it's going to be marking the return of the focus. This focus is going to be very, very sacred, because it's also coming through the actual awakening, beautiful, powerful, deep and spiritual awakening, because it's so much to do with your own karma, and it's so much to do with your own journey, but it's also so much to do with the fact that you made an important, mature decision not that long ago without even realizing. You just sailed through beautifully, and karmically you were doing the right thing. So this is the moment in time which is going to unpack quite a lot for you this week. Absolutely wonderful, my gorgeous Gemininis, and I'm so happy for you. You see, it is a beautiful moment in time that you are going to have. Very beautiful moment in time. This is going to help you so much with the time when you were really powerless, the time when you felt really low, the time when you felt really down. But on another hand, it's just an idea that you are going to have an option. It's literally going to change your life. This is going to be an amazing week when it comes to you, my gorgeous Gemininis, especially when it comes to your own spiritual awakening, especially when it comes to your own like a happy feelings that you are going to have throughout this week, because you are reaching an important stage through a control over a situation. You will gain strength, courage, you will get like energy and determination. It's just going to be absolutely mind-blowing for you as well. Okay, you're also going to have an amazing moment in time, because the energy is going to be absolutely perfect. Anything you want to do this week, any new job, if you want to apply for it, go for it. Any hobby, go for it. Anything to do like when it comes to your own discovery, when it comes to you being adventurous, just go for it, because anything is going to be possible for you this week, my gorgeous Gemininis. Just remember, anything is going to be possible for you this week. It's good time to become a new project. Indeed, not only is the good time to become to begin. Sorry, it's not only a good time to begin a new project. You are going to begin a new project at around the end of this week, and it's going to be really brilliant and fantastic, and you're going to do so well, because your personal power and intellect is going to be at an absolutely remarkable level. So therefore you will be surprising yourself so beautifully throughout this week, and also you will be finding things out about yourself, and you're going to like it. You are going to like it so much, because this is all about suspension, transition, change. And it's most certainly about the moment in time when you will have a certain realization about the little sacrifice that you are going to need to make, a little readjustment that you are going to need to make. But that doesn't matter, because this is the beginning of your own regeneration, which is about to lead towards your own rebirth. I'm so happy, because you will know something very, very big, very huge. It's about to happen, very important. And also, you will come across with a little wheel of fortune. You've got so much to look forward to, my gorgeous Gemininis, this week. There is going to be the Wheel of Fortune moment that you're also going to have, and that is going to arise from you being in touch with people who you wouldn't normally be. You will find yourself being in a dimension, in an area you wouldn't normally be, and that is going to require from you, without even realizing, reacting a certain way. You are going to be asked something, and you're going to react in a certain way. This is when your subconscious mind is going to become very relevant, and you will surprise yourself what your reaction is going to be, and that it's going to become absolutely remarkable moment in time, because for once it's going to immediately help you with the conclusion of the certain problem. But on another hand, it's just a realization that the light at the end that the light at the end of the tunnel is going to be not only shining brightly, but it's going to have the most amazing, magical, beautiful golden color indeed. Okay, so now also what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Gemininis, when it comes to those of you who are actually thinking about health, this is absolutely remarkable and very important moment in time for you to take vitamin D to protect your bones. Okay, natural form, natural source of vitamin D or natural supplement. Also calcium and magnesium. Calcium, magnesium and vitamin D, my gorgeous Gemininis, is going to be absolutely super important for you to protect your bones, to protect your skeleton, and to protect your muscles in general. You see, this is quite significant. On another hand, I also need you to kind of like pay attention to your digestion and to your stomach. Very sensitive. Just make sure that you're having organic chamomile tea throughout this week. Make sure that you're having organic aloe vera juice as well if you can, and also just make sure that you're taking like a natural B vitamin complex or B vitamin supplement, which needs to be natural without any horrible ingredients, without anti-caking agents. Or you can get a food which is going to be really nicely rich in vitamin B complex. And I say this, or in B vitamins, I say this because your digestion is going to benefit a lot from B vitamins, and also it's going to be quite good when it comes to your stress as well, because your stress levels are going to be just a little bit more enhanced this week. So that's why I'm saying this. Okay, if you're on any other medication, oh sorry, another thing I was going to say, important to meditate. Please try to not to forget to meditate. It's so important. Even if you meditate for 5 minutes, it's important to go to the nature. Try to reconnect with the nature. Try to go to hug the tree. I know it sounds weird, but it's about the time. This is a perfect time to actually go in the nature and hug the tree and have this reconnection with the nature, reconnection with the energy, which is just going to help you to get your life, get yourself on a much higher and much more advanced level. But most importantly, it's going to help you with the energy drainage, but it's going to rejuvenate you, and later on it's also going to make you and help you to have an important information and realization about your own spiritual path and journey, because by doing this you're also kind of rejuvenating yourself on many different levels. Grounding, spiritual grounding, it's also going to be really important. And please just make sure that you try to remember your dreams, you know, and this is quite important because the connection is going to be very strong. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or just check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you in relationship, you know there is an important situation going to arise. You know, there is going to be very good moment that you're both going to have and you're both going to benefit from. Something that your partner is going to do, something that your partner started and is waiting for some kind of outcome. Now it's going to take place. Now it's going to take the next stage, and that in itself is going to give you a reason for celebration. But on another hand, it's about a problem, you know, an obstacle. It's coming to an end, and this is going to be absolutely brilliant. It looks like you're going to be inspired by your partner, and your partner is also going to be inspired by you. But most certainly the massive problem, it's coming to an end, and it's going to give you a reason to celebrate. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna be naughty this week. Behave Geminini. You're gonna be naughty this week, because I can see you being very flirtatious, but that's absolutely brilliant. And I can see you like being like very much so part of the situations that you wouldn't normally be, and I really like it because it's gonna make you feel so good. It's gonna be very beneficial for you in many different ways, and I think it's gonna be great for you to have some fun. And I can actually thinking about a couple of people, you're going to be like, oh my god, do you like them, do you like her, do you like him, you know what I mean, do you like him, do you like her? But it is just like, it's going to be so important for you to remember, like, basically this is a significant time. So I think it's going to be quite playful. I think it's going to be really important. Nothing too serious, nothing too huge, nothing too important, but this is all significant significant when it comes to you having fun, and there is going to be a very important realization that you're going to have through this as well. Just to watch this space, my gorgeous Geminis, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, the next sign that I'm going to do, it's going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Cancerini. My gorgeous Cancerinis, you know, this week is going to be a very happy week for you. Very good. Also, when it comes to like the ailments, like long ailments that were bothering you, that were bringing you down, when it comes to your health, when it comes to long ailments that you didn't see any improvement, now this is going to be really good, and most certainly there's going to be quite nice and lovely improvement that you're going to be able to feel, that you're going to be able to sense, and that in itself, it's also going to happen at the beginning of the week, and it's going to reflect on you almost immediately. Another thing I was going to say, you will have a quite significant news as well, my gorgeous Cancerini. You will have an important news at the beginning of the week, and that in itself is going to give you a room to think, you know, it's going to give you time to think, because there is also going to be a couple of options that are going to come with it that you didn't have before. But it's amazingly important because it's also connected to the Lotus moment, and Lotus moment is all about a wonderful and important spiritual unfoldment that is going to start at the same time, because it's about this activation which is going to reflect on you in a very good way when it comes to your own inspiration and positivity. But even more importantly, it's going to give you a clear focus, what exactly to pay attention to. This is going to be your important psychic week, you know, because it's just also going to be psychically confirmed situations that you will have throughout this week. There are strange and bizarre things that are going to be happening, but you're going to like them, and most certainly it's to do with like a very unusual experiences, because you will be very much so close to a completely different dimension, and that particular dimension, it's also going to be very similar to the 31st of October. The 31st of October, it's a very strong energy, because the dimension that we are going through, the dimension that we are having throughout that month, it's very strong, because the veil in between this world and the spirit world, it's at its thinnest. So we are getting all sorts of informations through our spirit guides, through our guardian angels, and through people who used to be part of our lives. Maybe, you know, our family members, or people who just died and passed away, who used to be in our lives. They all want to come through and just let us know something, just to guide us, you know, give us certain information. So this is what's going to happen for you throughout this week. You will be having all sorts of informations, confirmations through the actual these particular paranormal activities and things that are kind of unusual. So for example, if you're sitting somewhere and you just have a kind of like a whiff of this smell of someone who used to be in your life, someone who used to smoke lots of tobacco, or someone who used to cook certain soup, you know, you will know that smell. It's immediately going to take you there. Immediately it's going to remind you of this person. But even more important is to stay grounded, my gorgeous Cancerinis. You know what I mean by that? I mean, stay grounded, stay true to yourself, and just remember to actually try to stay focused and think that person, that spirit is trying to get in touch with you and let you know to pay attention to exactly what you were thinking about before that spirit came through. So this is how you make this situation very vivid and very strong, and this is how you connect to it, by thinking at the same time what the spirit is trying to let you know. It's not happening just like that, just like that. It's happening because it happened. You know what I mean? No, baby, no. They will try to come through. The spirits will try to come through and let you know to pay attention to what exactly you were thinking at around the time, because it's important, it's significant, it's going to inspire you, but it's also going to give you so many different branches at the same time. You know, so much room to grow. It's going to become available. So pay attention, my gorgeous Cancerinis. Also, what else I was going to say, my babies, it is about the actual beginning. You know, an important new beginning is going to take stage. Okay, by the end of this week, you will have a very remarkable feeling about yourself, about your success, and about the new stage, about the new start, about the new option. Okay, but before that, okay, that is going to come out, that is going to stem out through, that is going to stem from the fact that there is going to be the midweek. It's going to also kind of make you feel a little bit daring. There is going to be an element of energy that is going to make you feel very daring. And this is really brilliant because you're going to do something just out of the blue, but it's completely extraordinary or out of the ordinary for what you normally do. And this, my babies, this is also not by accident. This is so important, and this is an important stage that is going to reveal something for you, to you, because it's going to help you to be in touch with these feelings and emotions that you wouldn't normally have. That is going to bring you a certain level of enthusiasm, and this is going to give you, this is going to be a sign to go for it. So by the time you get to the end of the week, you will just be so much so connected to that stage that stemmed through this adventure or daring situation that you are going to have at the same time. But this is so important when it comes to the new initiative, a new school, new job with unlimited possibilities, and also obsession, but good obsession. Number one is going to be very strong, and here number one is going to be a lucky number throughout this week. So you should just have it like a written on your hand, or have it in your in a little bit of in your pocket, have it on your pendant, you know, just to attach yourself to this particular energy. It's going to be absolutely wonderful, my gorgeous Cancerinis, you know. And also I like it because there is the return of the unfinished business, you know. Unfinished business, it was not the time, you know, within the last 24 months it happens, you were thinking about it, but it was important, it was significant, and it just stayed engraved in your mind so importantly and so significantly that it had to simply return, because it's going to be a very strong and important promise with it is going to come through, and that is going to also boost your creativity. And you will just know this is where your passion is. Just follow your passion, because this is going to lead towards your own success through your ability, through your agility in handling matters, you know, through your simulated enjoyment, you know. It's brilliant. There is also an important message or letter, like an important message is going to arrive as well this week, and that is going to make you feel really great. You will like the outcome, and it's going to be connected to the certain justice, but also satisfaction, accomplishment. It's going to be very important this week, you know. Certain devotion is going to take place, and certain relationships are also going to play an important role when it comes to you deciding something really big and something really huge. Absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to relationships. And also, what else I was going to say, somebody very important in your life, it's somebody who knows you so well, it's going to be significant, it's going to have a significant news for you, significant message for you, something that you're going to need to pay attention to, something that you're going to need to do, something that you're going to need to change. And it's going to be mentioned from somebody very important in your life, somebody who you really know really well, and somebody who knows you really well. Okay, watch this space. This is going to be so important, because it's just going to be very significant when it comes to things in your life that are missing, but also when it comes to the things that you're ready for that you haven't been ready before. Okay, very important, my gorgeous Cancerinis, indeed. Very important, you see. And this is also just basically, let me just tell you one more thing. While you are like kind of by yourself this week, there's going to be a very interesting situation you will go through, your little psychic moment. While you're thinking about something completely different, like while you're thinking about something completely unrelated anything to anything, you know, like while you're thinking about shopping or something like that, then suddenly something is going to keep on coming back into your mind. Some certain information is going to require from you to unpack and inspect things a little bit. And this information is going to come through some kind of spiritual leader, somebody who is your guru, somebody who you find very important in your life, and somebody who you find very significant in your life, like a spiritual guru and things like that. So this is also going to bring not only realization, but a missing puzzle into your life as well, okay? And you will know what to invest to when it comes to your life, okay? Now, for those of you who are wondering about health, Cancerinis, this is an important moment in time for those of you who are wondering about health. Again, this is quite a significant moment in time. I'm seeing this again. It's to do with the vitamin D. If you can go outside in the sun as well and get it, that's brilliant. But it looks like lots of signs are missing in the vitamin D at the moment. So it's outside in the sun, but if you can't get it that way, then just try to get a natural supplement, which is going to be like vitamin D natural supplement, but without anti-caking agents, without chemicals or anything like that. It needs to be natural vitamin D, or you can get it in certain foods like organic free-range eggs are quite rich in vitamin D. It depends, but it's something that you will need for your bones, for your skeleton in general. So it's a vitamin D, calcium and magnesium. This is something that I need you to get, like a natural supplement or food rich in these ingredients. And on another hand, what else I'm going to need you to take? Something like a basically which is going to be good for the circulation, something like a flaxseed oil, organic flaxseed oil, which is absolutely wonderful for circulation, and it's going to be good for you in many different ways. It's going to be good for skin, hair and nails at the same time, because your skin is going to be a little bit dry. So organic flaxseed oil, you can get it in a capsule form, or you can get it in an oil form. It's up to you. Oil is a little bit difficult to take, but capsules are much easier to take, but it needs to be organic and without any unnecessary ingredients as well. Another thing that I was going to say to you, sensitive ears. Sensitive ears are going to be quite significant as well, just to make sure that you're eating garlic. I know garlic smells very strong, my babies, I know, but it's like if you can take one little clove, before you go to sleep throughout the week. And garlic is going to be very beautiful, very important when it comes to acting like a natural antibiotic. It's very effective in many different ways indeed, but especially when it comes to sensitive ears and any sorts of infections like that, garlic is a must, okay? If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, then you just need to check with your doctor. Or you just need to check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, for those of you that are actually in relationships, my gorgeous Cancerinis, for those of you that are actually in relationship, there is going to be the problem that your partner is going to come across, there is a problem that your partner is going to have, that your partner is going to come across, and they just need to remember to take a step out of the situation. You need to help them out a little bit, because it's going to confuse them a little bit. You just need to make sure that you let them know that this problem, they must not rush into any decisions, into any situations. They must not rush into anything. This week, it is not going to be good for your partner to negotiate. It is not going to be good for your partner to do something really important. It is not going to be good for your partner to start something really massive and big. If they haven't got any other choice, then that's absolutely fine. They just need to protect themselves by putting a couple of bags of salt in their pocket. I know it sounds weird, but they can protect themselves this week. Throughout this week, just put one little bag of a natural sea salt in one pocket, one little bag of natural sea salt in another pocket, and that is going to protect them so much against the negative energy and negativity, but it's not going to mess with their own frequency. And this is something what they need to do. And also just to keep certain things to themselves when it comes to things that matter just to them, for example. Okay, for those of you who are actually single and ready to mingle, now, my gorgeous Cancerinis, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, it is not about this person like walking into your life and changing everything, but it's about meeting someone very special and very important this week, and that person is going to be directly responsible for you feeling good about yourself and you being inspired. This is going to be an important stepping stone. This person is going to be an important spiritual bridge that is going to help you to cross over and reach where you need to reach in order to get into the right, get the right person into your life. Get into the right person. No. Get towards the right person, get that person to come into your life, basically. It's very important, because it's some kind of learning experience that you're going to have that is going to be very, very beneficial indeed. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is Leone, Leone. I love you, Leonis. Do you know what? It's like you are kind of having your moment that is just going to be so good this week, and it's just kind of like maybe it was like a little bit of confusing times, in the last couple of months, the confusing times, because it kind of messed you up a little bit, because emotionally kind of like you started to think about your life in a slightly different way, but this was nothing to do with you. It was just to do with maybe somebody else's projection around you, on your life, on your situation, which just like kind of like basically just kind of made you realize different options, made you realize different possibilities, made you realize like different opportunities that you wouldn't normally realize. This is so important, because listen to me. For once, the beginning of the week is going to bring you an important news, an important information, and you will know exactly that it's an important time for you to act, and it's an important time for you to take an action and be brave, because at the same time this is just going to start and make and it's going to mark the beginning of your own turning point, because almost immediately, without you even realizing, you're actually going to start coming out of the very negative stage and the very negative part of your life that made you feel very unhappy, because you kind of felt really tied down. You felt like really restricted, and you knew this for a while. You knew this for the certain amount of time, because it messed up with your own promises, it messed up with your own excitement, it messed up with your own rebirth, it messed up with your own focus. So most certainly you knew that this was actually going on. So this is so important, because it is going to start the redirection, and the redirection that you're going to have, that is going to start at the beginning of this week, it's going to reflect on you in such a way when you're going to have the inspiration to move on with your life. But most certainly it's about like seeing things crystal clear, like being aware of things, being aware of the facts. You were aware of it before, but now this all comes with an important conclusion, with an important confirmation, with an important situation that is going to take place, and it's going to come through your own inspiration, through your own accomplishment, and through your own success. When you get that, when you receive that good news, that in itself is just going to become like one of the most powerful spiritual petrels you could possibly have in your life, because it's going to boost your confidence and it's going to boost your self-esteem. And that, when that happens to you, my gorgeous Leonis, you're gonna do so well. You're gonna be on top of the world, because the bottom line is there is a great success coming, and it's all about a certain revelation that you're going to have at the same time, which is also going to confirm things to you. But most certainly you're coming to an end of an enslaved situation. I know it sounds horrible, enslaved situation, but it's just basically to do with your life, and it's to do with a certain stage that you keep going and keep going and you keep going, and you just made like some kind of decisions in your mind that you will do things up until a certain stage, you will do things up until the certain point. When the things change and when the things are right, when the security and power kicks in, the future planning is going to become it's going to become like a really great beacon of light indeed. It's going to start to shine very brightly, and for you there is an absolutely amazing powerful illumination going to happen in between now and your immediate future, and you are going to make an important decision here. Decision that you are going to make is just going to take place in July 2020. July July 2020 and August 2020 are going to be absolutely remarkable. And when it comes to the second unfoldment, when it comes to the unfoldment of this stage, when it comes to the activation and the harmony that is going to come through at the same time, but by then you will have a massive reason for the celebration because of the new beginning and because of the completion and also the wake-up call. This is all about your own wake-up call and all about moving on with your life, enjoying your life, being happy with your life and doing things that are making you happy, and also making adjustment, necessary adjustments, and moving away from the situation and from the people that are becoming quite not abrupt part of your life, but are maybe draining your energy, which means that they're becoming toxic, they're messing up with your vision. And also it's like you wouldn't have this promise, you wouldn't have this realization, you wouldn't have this optimism if you would just like kind of stick yourself to the certain waters, to the certain areas, which means that you are going to start slowly drifting away from like the things that you do on daily basis, and I really like it because I can see that almost every day there is something new that you're going to think about. Almost every day there is something new that is going to attract you, and this is nothing unusual, and it's marking very, very important stage, very, very important part of your life, my gorgeous Leonis, and it's only showing how much how much you were actually affected when it comes to your own change, when it comes to your own self-denial, when it comes to your own excitement, when it comes to your own flexibility. This was all kind of affected because it just provided you with a certain uncertainty, but now it's all about a resolution. It's an important resolution that you're going to have, and that resolution is also going to avoid certain chaos. It's going to avoid certain conflict, so you will most certainly going to find yourself being in a rather advanced level when it comes to avoiding conflict. And of course that you will have a little bit of tower situation. You see the tower here, it's brilliant, I say it's brilliant, don't get me wrong. The tower, it's obviously the situation that happens that surprises us, it shows us out of balance a little bit, and it makes us feel a little bit negative because we find ourselves in a slightly murkier waters, because it's just something to do with something that affects us, because it shows us out of the balance, because it's unexpected. So it just sets us back a little bit when it comes to the certain confidence, when it comes to the certain planning, it's just to do with an organization that is going to happen, and it's going to come through the situation that it was quite unexpected, and it shows us out of balance a little bit, because we have to look at the things from a slightly different angles in order to get where we want to get, in order to do what we want to do. But it's actually quite good because the tower moment, it's basically throws us out of the balance, but this is a very important throw that you are going to have, because most certainly you need to kind of work on your balance, because it's going to lead towards your own security and power, because you will make an important decision here that you wouldn't normally have. And this is so great because you will realize where you were lacking ambition, where you were maybe wasting yourself a little bit, but most certainly you will realize that this is the greatest awakening you had in a really, really long time, and that in itself is also going to provide with an opportunity that you wouldn't normally have, and that in itself is just going to come at the right moment in time, because you're going to feel brilliant, you're going to feel brave, and you will go for something that you wouldn't go normally. And it's just so important because it is going to be a highly significant time when it comes to your own inspiration, and when it comes to you beginning an absolutely remarkable stage of your life that is just literally going to change everything. You see, this is a yin-yang moment, my gorgeous Leon. It's a yin-yang moment, and you needed this tower, you needed this. Towers sometimes, if they happen at the wrong time, then we are like, oh my god, no. But if they happen when we need them to happen, that means that you are due to make certain changes, you're due to make certain moves, you're due to change things, but it needs to come from you, my gorgeous Leonis. It needs to come from you indeed. You see, you're also having Two of Cups here. This is an important stage that you are going to have Two of Cups, you know, and this is going to be quite significant because there are going to be a couple of people as well in your life. Two people are going to be very important, and they're going to be playing an important role to you. And you are going to be wondering something. There's going to be an indecisive situation that you're going to be part of, and there are two very important people in your life that are going to play an important role, because through them you're going to get a necessary inspiration. And you will see exactly what I mean. This will be very, very important moment in time for you indeed. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Leonis, you know what? It is like boiled down to the fact that you're going to have a very good news, you know. When it comes to, don't let me forget this, but when it comes to your own kind of like gain, advancement, you know, there's a very important good news that you're going to have, like a quite triumphatic moment indeed. And it's to do with your own desires, you know, it's to do with the actual results of efforts, but it's going to come with an element of surprise, because you're going to be like, oh my Lord, I've done so well. Oh my God, I've done so well. Thank you, Jesus. You know, you're going to be so happy. And this is brilliant, because it's all to do with like a recognition of certain abilities. This is all gonna boil down, my gorgeous Leonis, to the fact that this is gonna change your life. The recognitions of the certain abilities. You need to pay attention what you are good at, but most certain there are other things that are gonna start shining really brightly. And this, my babies, is gonna play an important role for you to make an important and rather significant decision. Responsibility and creativity are going to be very, very strong here, and most certainly it is going to help you out so much, because it is going to be the step in the right direction indeed. Okay, when it comes to your actual health, my gorgeous Leonis, now, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Leonis, you are going to need to kind of like, and you're going to need to pay attention to like your back, your lower back, and your back in general, your shoulders, your neck. You see, this is going to be quite sensitive. I can see this indeed. But it's also your ears also are going to be quite sensitive. You know, your ears are going to be sensitive, and you may be prone like a little bit to like a cold and flu. So when it comes to this infection, and when it comes to your bones as well, this is all quite significant here. So we've got quite a few things going. So just make sure that you're sitting in the correct way for your back. Make sure that you're not straight, you don't strain your back too much, of course. And you also need to make sure, like for example, when you're sleeping, try to sleep on your back, try to sleep on your side, try to have a good quality pillow, and try to have a pillow in between your leg. This is going to be very important, to have a pillow in between your legs while you're sleeping on the side. It's because it is going to help you to relax the back in a certain way, how they wouldn't normally relax if you don't sleep with a pillow in between your legs. This is very important to do. It's going to be very, very soothing in many different ways. And also just make sure that you are taking like a vitamin D when it comes to your bones as well, or you can go outside and get it from the sun, or you can actually get it from the food. It's up to you, but it's very important. You also need to take a vitamin D, and you also need to make sure that you take something for the circulation. I would highly suggest you to take like organic flaxseed oil as well. You take it in a oil form, or you take it like in a capsule form. Capsule form is easier to take, of course. Just make sure that it's organic flaxseed oil without any horrible ingredients or anything like that. That is for one, going to be very good for your circulation. It's going to boost your immune system. It's going to be very good for your skin, hair and nails. Your skin is going to be quite dry, and also when it comes to your basically to boost your immune system, organic flaxseed oil is absolutely brilliant. And when it comes to your ears, where your sensitive ears, like this type of cold and flu infections, organic acerola cherry powder, it's something I suggest you to take every single morning in a little glass of water. The first thing you take organic acerola cherry powder. That is going to boost your vitamin C, natural vitamin C levels instead of chemicals. You take organic with acerola cherry powder, which is going to be brilliant. And also this is going to be good for your cold, for your flu and things like that. When these type of infections, and also garlic, you also can do with a natural garlic, and this is going to help you with your ears, and also it's going to help you to boost your immune system, and it's going to work like a natural antibiotic. So garlic, I would highly suggest to get organic garlic and take one little clove before you go to sleep, because it's got a strong smell, but it is just something that I highly recommend because it's so good for you. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, then you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor, GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you that are in relationship, you see, it is just very important to say that for those of you in relationship, you know, something very bombastic and fantastic and great is going to happen. Perhaps you were fighting a lot, perhaps you didn't get on, perhaps you had a terrible time, perhaps you couldn't understand each other. However, something is going to take place, and it's just going to be so good for both of you. Some kind of situation is going to arise, and it's going to be so good for you, because you're going to think, oh my God, they're amazing, and your partner is going to think about you as well. Oh my God, that you're amazing. Perhaps you're going to do something incredible for each other, but something is going to take the right turn. I'm not saying that the things were taking the wrong turn, but most certainly something really wonderful is going to happen. It's going to confirm something beautiful to both of you, and that in itself is going to become and mark the beginning of an important stage in your life when it comes to the certain changes, because you will be able to pay attention to something that you couldn't before, because of the ability to get there much sooner, much quicker. Okay, for those of you Leonis, my gorgeous babies, you know, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, oh my Lord, I would just like really stay away from someone in particular, somebody who wants to be with you. I would stay away this week, because there is a quite devilish person around you, and you will be aware of this, you will know this, you will feel this person. There is something going to be quite off, there is something not going to be quite right, but at the same time, you're gonna find them quite attractive. So this is when it comes to like a devilish feeling, you know, like they will be like quite attractive, but you will know that deep down they're like rotten, you know, or deep down they've got worms. You know, no, but honestly, so basically the bottom line is I can see you having a great time, I can see you meeting people, I can see you like meeting some kind of significant people as well this week, through whom you're going to learn quite a lot about yourself and a lot about your spiritual journey. But I'm quite worried about this one particular person. I don't like them. So just remember that this week it's not going to be great to meet the love of your life, but you're going to learn something through this person. But also you will know subconsciously and consciously there is something not quite right with that person. So as soon as you do feel this, just run, my gorgeous Leonis, run. This person is not the right person for you. And just remember, don't talk about things that are like, I'm not saying you're doing it, but just don't try to get caught in this situation and maybe say things that you don't want to say that are personal to you. Just a little warning. But as soon as you meet this devilish person, run, Leonis, run. Run on miles. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous, my ever so precious, my beautiful Virgolinis. But before I do this, I'm just going to go and I'm going to come back in 1 minute. Okay, my gorgeous peopleini? My gorgeous peopleini. Bam ba ba bam 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 ba ba bam 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 tu 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 ba bam 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 tu 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 bam ba bam. How could you just leave me standing alone in the world? It's so cold. I'll be 1 minute. I will be 1 minute. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. Maestro. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. My gorgeous Virgolinis, Virgolinis, Virgolinis. You know, this is so brilliant. It looks like, my gorgeous Virgolinis, that finally you are having a control over a situation. And what is this going to do? What is actually going to happen? It's going to finally give you that amount of confidence in order to actually deal with the quiet uncertain part of your life that was affecting you in such a way, because it was giving you uncertainty, because it wasn't providing you with enough information that would kind of give you a relevant amount of confidence in order to do an adequate move, in order to get where you need to get, because you will know that this is going to create a murky, watery. A little bit of murky waters are going to be created, which means that little Virgolinis, we don't like murky waters, because if the waters are murky around us, then we kind of can't find our place, we can't find our space. And if we can't find our space, then that affects things that we do on daily basis, which means that this will affect our daily routine, because if that gets affected too much, then Virgolinis, as we are little kitties, we don't like too many changes. Like, we don't like changes to happen like abruptly, and this is why we just like to do things like really nicely, one step at a time, with the certainty that is providing us with a clear confidence, self-esteem, and a focus that is just kind of keeping us to go on and move on with our lives, in our lives, with a relevant amount of confidence, which is providing us radiance and an optimistic feeling and a promise that we wouldn't normally have. This is such an important moment in time, because this is going to happen with the actual information that it's going to travel towards you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. There is an information that you're going to have that is going to travel towards you, but this is actually going to, on one hand, surprise you, but then on another hand, it's going to make you realize that this is the stage that you waited, This is important, because there is the feeling and the emotion that you're going to have, which is going to be unpacked within you, which is almost certainly immediately going to boost your confidence. It's going to boost your initiative. It's going to boost your passion. And it's also going to pinpoint down towards one particular thing that you do, what you should focus on, what you should do, what you should make changes towards, what you should kind of pay attention to and give more, like this beautiful spiritual water. It's like a flower, the beautiful spiritual flower. It's going to come through, it's going to manifest in a form of like something that you do and something that you're amazingly good at, and it's most certainly going to require your attention, because this is going to be huge, this is going to be very good, and this is going to be an important stage that you're entering, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and it's most certainly to do with your own perfection, with your own recognition and honor. This week, it's all about the perfection, recognition, and honor that you are going to have. And the fact, Virgolinis, this, look, the fact that you are about to make an important decision, and this is only coming from a very strong experience, very strong success, very strong accomplishment, which is going to lead towards the ultimate change. Okay, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. This is what I'm talking about. This is the hallelujah moment, because this is going to lead towards a massive, huge, and ultimate change moment that you wouldn't normally have. This is so important because it's all about the actual fulfillment. It's to do with who you are. It's to do with you. It's to do with your power. It's to do with your manifestation. It's to do with your radiance. It's to do with the actual capability, okay? And also, most certainly, it's about the realization, very important realization, that it's going to help you to realize that you're having a very important stage in your life coming through, and it's becoming like an adventure, an absolutely adventure, seriously. And also, you know, an important moment at around the end of the week when it comes to just rewards from the hard work. Okay, this is brilliant because it's to do with the success, but it's even more importantly to do with the actual admiration of others that is just going to create this beautiful feeling, and you will be able to prove something so important to yourself, but most certainly what you wanted to prove to other people around you, you're going to be able to prove your point. This is absolutely remarkable moment in time, my gorgeous Virgolinis. You know, there is going to be a little bit of like a devilish person around you this week, and I just need you to kind of have your eyes open, and I just need you to be a little bit aware of it as well, because this devilish person, this little snaky in the grassy, it's also going to show their face at the right moment and the right time, and that is also going to help you to make a decision where you were really patient, you know, you were very careful, you were very smart, you were very clever, you know, over the last 12 months, you know, you were taking one step at a time, most beautifully, very importantly, a clever thing to do. But this devilish person, this little snaky in the grassy who shows their face, is actually going to help you to move on from the situation, to move on from the group of people, and situation that is actually becoming rather toxic in your life. It's so important for you to realize that this is an important stage, and you should just really honestly it's important that you think about yourself. This week it's all about yourself. This week it's all about building yourself. This is all about thinking big, expanding your mind, expanding your memory, you know, expanding your energy and expanding your power by thinking very optimistically about yourself and about your journey. This is absolutely remarkable because it's also going to bring an important apprenticeship moment, you know. What I want to say, an important promotion apprenticeship moment is also going to take, but it's going to come with an element of surprise. So just also make sure that you are staying committed to the task at hand. This is very important to say, to make sure that you stay committed to the task at hand, because you're going to be tested a little bit, challenging situations, but you are going to do really great, you know. And also there is the return of the certain ambition, you know, the return of the certain ambition is going to take place, and it's going to come through and manifest to you at around the midweek, but it's also going to come through as a form of a confirmation through your dreams. And also pay attention to what is going to be the very first on your mind in the morning, because it is going to be directly connected to the actual idea, and that idea is also at the same time going to be connected to the way out of the very negative and very slow and very bizarre situation that you just came to an end slowly, but you're just looking what the best and more convenient way out would be. there is going to be a fantastic moment in time you will have, because you will be able to make an important decision, and that is just going to reflect on your life so beautifully, because you have been drained quite a lot. You have had someone really toxic around you, my gorgeous Virgolinis, and now this is something that you're aware of. This is something that you became aware of quite strongly, especially within the last 12 to 13 months, indeed. But just certain things take time. So this is going to reflect on you quite wonderfully, but because you have been in a certain self-denial. You know, the certain self-denial is also going to come through to the surface, and it's going to require from you to kind of like make a decision. But now the decision that you're going to make is just going to come from somewhere absolutely important, and from someone very strong and very advanced spiritually, which is just going to also kind of enhance your power when it comes to your own self-esteem. And also it's the greatest awakening, you know, an important awakening that you're going to have this week. And this awakening is also going to be a very powerful stage, very powerful spiritual bridge in between you and your immediate future. So therefore you're going to make an important decision here, and that decision is going to kick off in September 2020. September 2020 is going to be absolutely huge. It's going to be massive when it comes to this particular option, when it comes to this particular idea, when it comes to this particular direction that is going to take place here. But it's at the same time going to bring you promise, and it's going to inspire you. It's going to be a very optimistic moment in time for you, because this is all connected to an invocation almost immediately through a clear focus and radiance, but also is the beginning of your own rebirth and the greatest awakening. There is an important safety that you will have, and that safety is just going to be the one which is going to build your confidence, and it's going to enhance your confidence, and it's going to be enhanced throughout this week. And that in itself is so important, because it's going to lead towards you making an important plan. New plan is going to take place. New plan is going to be very important. It's going to be very significant, and it's most certainly going to be very interesting, because this particular plan is going to surprise you, that it's going to be such an attractive part of your life to you, because normally you need more info, normally you need more information. Normally you need more balance when it comes to the certain knowledge, and then you can get a clear picture, and then you just go for it. But this is going to be very interesting, because it's going to be connected to the uncertain, but it's just this wonderful adventurous energy, and which is going to give you the bravery and capacity that you wouldn't normally have. Absolutely remarkable. And this is going to lead towards a very important moment, you know, very wise moment. By the end of this week, you're going to have an opportunity that is going to be absolutely mind-blowing, and it's also going to become the beginning of the transition, change, and the actual adjustment, readjustment, regeneration, and rebirth at the same time. And it's going to be connected to that moment in time when you were in self-denial. Remember, I'm saying that I said that you were in self-denial for such a long time, so now this is going to be your own confirmation, but it's also going to be the peak of creativity that you're going to have. And also that in itself is just going to make you feel rather victorious, and this victorious feeling, it's on another hand going to make you realize security and power that you wouldn't normally have, and that is just going to be your answer. And this is going to be most certainly an important moment in time when it comes to your own turning point, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is going to be an absolutely remarkable moment in time when it comes to your own turning point. Okay, what else I was going to say? You see this, my gorgeous Virgolinis? This is absolutely remarkable. I'm telling you that there is someone very faithful to you, and there is someone very loyal to you, and there is someone very important in your life that is just going to come in touch with you. A certain relationship, not necessarily boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, blah blah blah. It's like a relationship, somebody who knows you really well, somebody who knows everything about you, and somebody, you know a lot about them. There is something going to be revealed from them, and you may not like it, you may not be too excited, you may may find it like a little bit of a criticism, but this is so important because this criticism is absolutely significant, and it's very necessary for you to reach the highest levels of your own spirituality when it comes to your personal strength, power, and also understanding situation from a slightly different angle, living it and kind of like understanding it from a different angle, from a different eyes. But it's through someone who is very important in your life, and somebody whom is going to help you a lot when it comes to your own creativity, but also when it comes to your own turning point, and also the huge problem is kind of coming to an end, and there is going to be the reason for celebration, my gorgeous Virgolinis. This is absolutely remarkable, and I'm so happy about you. Another thing that I was going to say is just remember, there is the new project that you are going to begin. That new project that you're going to begin is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. Okay, the new project that you're going to begin is going to be mind-blowing because the energy is just right, the energy is just perfect, the energy is just very strong. On another hand, if you do want to begin new projects or start new project, throw yourself in all sorts of situation. Okay, if you want like try to talk, like go to look for jobs, if you're looking for jobs, if you're looking for like some kind of hobby, try to discover some kind of hobby. If you need to make really important decisions, just go for it, because you are going to make things right, you will do things right, you will be protected at the same time, and therefore you will just use this balance of energy to your own advantage, and it's going to take you so much further into the right place, much further than you would normally go. And that's why I'm saying it's just so important to do as much as you can, because anything will be possible this week. But most importantly, you are gonna discover something very important about yourself, but also rediscover yourself as well. But also you will be able to manifest like there is no tomorrow. So it's good time to begin anything new, good time to do things that are normally making you feel nervous and things like that. It's important to say that high energy and enthusiasm are going to be very important throughout this week, and this is again going to be your spiritual weapon at the same time, and it's going to help you to enjoy yourself in those stages and areas, elements and dimension where you normally wouldn't. And at the same time you will be discovering, oh my god, I'm changing, this is brilliant. Of course you are Virgolinis, you just need to allow yourself to change. Indeed, these are important changes I'm talking about, okay? Absolutely important. And also a significant stage when it comes to reconnection with people in our lives, the people in your life, the family matters, family situations, the best friends. An important reconnection and connection is going to take place, and it's going to require from you to make a certain adjustment, to make a certain input. Your input is going to be needed badly when it comes to the certain situation, like surrounding, like maybe family this week, or like people that are very close to you. It's going to come to you, it's going to travel to you. This spirituality, it's going to knock on your spiritual little door, and it's going to require from you to make a certain input. Very, very important to say this because it's connected to the important people in your life. Now, this is classic, my gorgeous Virgolinis. When it comes to your health, this is like such a classic here. It's unbelievable. It's as usual, cold and flu. Most of the signs are just having this type of like infections at the moment. It's like cold and flu. It's like organic vitamin C, organic acerola cherry powder is a must. Please, something that I need you to take the very first thing in the morning. You take a little glass of water, teaspoon, mix it up, organic acerola cherry powder. It's going to provide you with a lovely, gorgeous amount of vitamin C, which is going to protect you against cold and flu, and it's going to rejuvenate you in many different ways. And also organic spirulina from Hawaii is the one that I really highly recommend. It's organic spirulina from Hawaii. I need you to take like about 3 tablets, natural tablets in the morning, and 3 tablets, natural tablets at around the lunchtime. If you don't want to take in a tablet form, then you take it in a teaspoon form. 1 teaspoon would be relevant to like about 3 tablets, I would say. But it's just if you take like a 1 teaspoon in the morning, mix it up with water, and then you take it in the lunchtime as well. And this is going to help you to replenish your energy, basically. This is going to help you with your energy level so much, and it's going to be quite important. And this is something that I highly suggest you to take. And also basically try to avoid coffee as much as you can, okay, and try to avoid sugar as much as you can. If you can take like a, maybe if you can eat throughout the week organic, like a honey or like a stevia is much safer when it comes to the actual sugar. Sugar is terrible. Try to avoid it because your digestion is going to be a little bit sensitive. And also organic chamomile tea once a day. Organic chamomile tea will do wonder when it comes to your stomach and your digestion. And also liver and kidneys are going to be quite sensitive. So for the liver and kidneys, I highly suggest you to get organic blueberries, raspberries, goji berries, any berry mixtures that you can get, as many berries as possible to have it the first thing in the morning. It would also be fantastic because it's going to work wonders for your liver and kidneys like a filter. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, I just need you to check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now do you know what? It's the basically Virgolinis, you know, in this is a good week for the relationships, because there is going to be like a really interesting stage, an interesting moment that you are going to have. You are both going to be inspired by an important stage which took off beautifully in your life, and that stage is going to inspire you, it's going to surprise you, but it's most certainly going to make you realize that anything is possible. And this is so wonderful, and this is beautiful, because you're going to start something, you're going to start working on something very important, my gorgeous Virgolinis, you and your partner, and that is going to change your life for the better. You will see exactly what I mean. This is a great week for the manifestation, indeed. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Virgolinis, I see you being around everywhere. I see you like going out a lot. I see you having a great time. I see you meeting lots of people. This social thing started to become like quite expressive and a quite significant, a quite relevant part of your life already. And now this is all going to take a turn into a wonderful way, into a wonderful direction. And it is going to be also the moment in time when your beautiful energy is going to be very strong, and it's going to be very beautiful, and it's going to make you feel rather radiant when it comes to you projecting your sexuality, you projecting your beautiful energy towards people that you know you want to project this towards. But also at the same time, it's going to be wonderful because quite a few people are going to like kind of give you attention that they wouldn't normally give you attention. And this is also going to be fantastic for your fun-loving fan, you know, confidence, self-esteem, spirituality, realization. You will learn quite a lot about yourself throughout this week. This is more important than anything, my gorgeous Virgolinis. But there is someone very, very powerful that is going to cross your path, and it's going to play a major role for you to realize that there are very beautiful changes about for you to happen. There is a very beautiful changes about to manifest and unfold for you, my gorgeous Virgolinis. And in particular for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, watch this space, my gorgeous Virgolinis. Watch this space. Okay, before I do Libra, I will be 1 second. Libera, 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 libera. I'm back, 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 I'm I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And it's time for you, my gorgeous Libra. It's time for you, my gorgeous Liberina. Okay, so time to raise your energy. Raise your vibration, my gorgeous Libra. Raise your energy right now. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Libera, 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 libera. Do you know what I mean, my gorgeous Libra? Do you know what I mean? It's about your own transformation. You are going to have an important transformation this week, and the transformation is going to happen through you realizing something very important, but most certainly, most importantly, it's about the acceptance. It's all about the acceptance. Acceptance is important energy. It's an important stage, and it's connected to the certain revelation at the same time, which is going to take place at around the end of this week, and it's going to provide you with a clear focus, and that in itself is going to become an important progress when it comes to the actual promise. But most certainly it's about the acceptance that you are going to have, an acceptance, very important energy, very important stage, very important new beginning, that it's also going to be connected to it almost immediately, because it's going to provide you immediately with a perspective that you wouldn't have. Just remember, my gorgeous Libra, the thinking, our thinking, it's also the energy, just like the wind. You can't see the wind in the air, but it's the actual energy, you know, it's there, you know. It's the same with our way of thinking, you know, and it's acceptance. It's important because on one hand it helps you to spiritually grow, on another hand it looks like that almost certainly you are going to enter a very important stage when it comes to you cutting something out of your life and making a little readjustment as well, which is going to happen at around the end of the week. Something that you were thinking about before, but you just thought that you weren't ready. So this is going to come with an element of surprise, but most importantly, it's going to kind of confuse you how significant this is going to be, because it's going to be about the energy that you're going to have, which is going to make you feel so daring and so adventurous. And this is why I said that it's about the acceptance that you are going to have, and that acceptance is immediately going to reflect on you and on your energy, on your path. It's just going to start changing and redirecting things for you already, and there is an important change that is going to take place, and that change is also going to become quite evident in the actual at the end of September 2020. The fact is that the end of September 2020 is going to be completely connected to this this particular situation because it's so good. It's so much so connected to the last 8 months when you felt like a completely like a kind of like a thrown out of the situation, and you felt like so powerless about your life because of this dimension, because of this direction, because of this past, because of this energy. And now the things are about to turn over for you, turn upside down in the best possible way, and that is going to be rather golden, beautiful spiritual moment for you. And it's going to start, it's going to create the moments or the moment of awakening, but spiritual awakening, but in particular when it comes to your own liberation. This is going to mean so much for you, and it's going to change everything. It's going to bring you the return of optimism, the return of beautiful energy, the return of optimistic energy. That is going to make you feel really creative, and every step of the way that you do, that you make throughout this week, it's also going to be healing you at the same time. The reason why it's going to be healing you at the same time is because you're entering this very special stage, very special period, which is going to last this week, and it's so much to do with your own expansion of your own ability, but also more importantly, karmically, you have been through so much, and as much as you are through karmically, you know, there is so much that you can take, and it goes until you reach the certain stage, or shall I say the certain point, until we gather in this life, in this world, on this earth, what we are meant to gather in order to help us to reflect on what we do, how we are, where we are at, and what we should do really next. And it all depends on our spiritual journey. So when it comes to this is you are reaching an absolutely remarkable stage, an absolutely remarkable level. And this is to do with the vision that you are going to have, an absolutely mind-blowing vision. And this is going to be almost immediately, it's going to push you, push, baby, push towards the actual wake-up call. And the wake-up call is just going to almost immediately be so strong. It's going to be so vibrant. You will be able to attach yourself to certain things around you, which are going to help you to confirm that it's time to move on, that it's time to go forward. And also that in itself it's going to make you, without you realizing or not, sort out a certain problem, the certain issue with a certain person that kind of like affected you, and harmony in between you two. You will want to sort it out. You will want to work on it, but it's going to be really beautiful and wonderful energy, and it's just going to turn out something wonderful. What you just thought, oh my God, you're so like kind of maybe really scared to go down that road. So that is going to turn out really nicely, and it's in fact going to provide you with an opportunity and a promise that you wouldn't normally have. And this is why this is such an important moment in time, my gorgeous Libra. Very, very important moment in time indeed. What else I was going to say, you know, you're reaching an important stage when it comes to your own contentment, when it comes to your own security, when it comes to your own power, and also an important stage when it comes to the future planning. Let me tell you that also what you need to do, you need to be as active as you can. You need to be as open-minded, my gorgeous Libras, as you can. Because you are, again, of course, having a highly transformational time, which means that you will be flying like a little butterflies throughout this week. It's very important for you to visit as many flowers as you possibly can. Okay, by visiting flowers, you need to be kind of like a very adventurous, you need to be very open-minded, and you need to follow your own creativity. Your own creativity, it's going to provide you a path. Your own creativity, it's going to be pushing you towards your own journey. You will be surprised what is going to happen, because you will follow your own creativity, which means that you need to do as much as you can. That's how you follow your own creativity. Do as much as you can. Be part of as many situations as you can. Be as active as you can. Do things that make you happy. Do things that make you alive. Do things that make you feel alive. Do things that make you feel good. Okay? And something is going to take place, and it's going to surprise you, because it's going to be like a very beautiful jumping moment that you're going to have, and it's going to seem quite cute and nice and beautiful and wonderful, opposed to like, oh no, scary, long, unusual, unexpected, blah blah blah. So this is going to be the beautiful part of the progress, that it's also going to start already, and most certainly this is all about the actual transition. This is all about your change, and it's all about the actual reward that you're going to have at the same time. I like it because you're going to feel very strongly to change something about your life, very strongly to put an end to things that are making you sad and to things that are making you negative. And also very important that there is going to be the moment that you're going to find yourself at, and you're going to find yourself at in kind of like an unusual way. Because there are few things that are going to happen that you're going to surprise yourself. Oh my God, I can't believe I was there. I can't believe I did this. This is wonderful because you're having a butterfly moment. So you're doing your Libra, 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 Libra. You're doing your Libra moment, and at the same time you'll be raising your energy. Remember how I started this reading? It's about raising your energy. It's about being busy. It's about being balanced. It's about doing things, but it's also about testing yourself. It's about testing the waters. There is a lot that you're going to do, a lot that you're going to achieve, a lot that you're going to make happen that it wouldn't normally happen. But you will also discover something absolutely mind-blowing, rather vavavoom-ish about yourself. Look at this. You're gonna discover something absolutely vavavoom-ish about yourself. While we are talking about vavavoom-ish, I feel vavavoom-ish. These are my new mugs. Look at this. And at the back you have, hello, my name is Sasha Bonasin. You see, this is what it is here. You see, I feel vavavoom-ish. You can buy this gorgeous mug, and you will see there is a kind of link like at the bottom before the description. I think that you can see it, you see. So you can support my store by buying these muggy mugs. Of course, I feel vavavoom-ish because this is exactly, sorry. I feel vavavoom-ish, my gorgeous Libra, because this is exactly how you are going to feel. And this vavavoom-ish energy is also going to open up your eyes. It's going to give you the power where you didn't have the power. It's going to reflect on you in such a wonderful way by making you courageous, courageous, courageous. Because this is what I was going to say. You are going to be very busy. You're going to find yourself doing lots of like weird things, but good things, but they're very important and integral part of your spiritual journey when it comes to these certain changes, because otherwise these certain changes wouldn't happen. So basically you will have an important moment that you're going to be part of, but this is all to do with the new things, new people, new dimension, new energy, but it's also going to be connected to you feeling so brave, you having so much confidence, that is going to put you in touch with a certain dimension and a certain group of people, certain situation that you wouldn't have been normally. And that in itself, my gorgeous Libra, is just a moment, because it is just going to require from you to make some kind of decision, an option that you wouldn't normally have. That in itself is just going to create an end to the problem with the greatest outcome, and you will know, oh my Lord, something important is going to happen when it comes to your new plans, wishes, preserve, but also when it comes to bravery, capacity, and very beautiful strength that you're going to feel. But also something very, very important is going to happen when it comes to the actual news. At the same time, you will have a significant person who mean to you a lot. You think of them quite in a high way when it comes to appreciating them. So there is an important news that at the same time you're going to have, and that's going to be beautiful confirmation and the green light for you to go for it. Be as open-minded as you can, and there is a certain investment also that is going to take place, and this is going to be brilliant, absolutely fantastic, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, let me just see what the little tarot cardisi are going to say. You see this? There you go. You see, this is exactly what am I talking about. I'm talking about a part of your life where you just kind of like already made some kind of decision about, over the last 10 months you were quite unhappy about, but it's just sometimes, as I said, certain things take time. You had to like karmically work on things. You had to make this happen, in order to reach this particular stage. So this is like showing you that it's just basically out of the very rather powerless situation when you just come to terms with certain changes and certain things in your life. It just requires from you to be very responsible. So now you're about to have a very important reward when it comes to your own patience and things like that, but it's more about having a control over a situation that you didn't have before, and that control over a situation is going to make you feel optimistic. It's going to bring you lots of energy. It's going to help you to make an important decision when it comes to some kind of ending that you were worrying about before. It's all about the actual energy, determination, action, confidence, and also the greatest accomplishment. You're going to have an amazing accomplishment. I'm so happy for you, Libra, because this is most certainly going to be life-changing week for you. Okay, and also, do you know what else I was going to say? It's all about the actual having entering a very important stage in your life when it comes to your own rest, after a really busy and annoying period. But most certainly it's just a part of your progress. It's part of your success, and it's part of your awakening that is going to take you to bring you to this stage. It's an absolutely remarkable moment in time, and it's also going to be an incredible time when it comes to the beginning of something very, very special. You're going to start some absolutely mind-blowing project also this week, my gorgeous Libra, and this is going to be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You are also going to hear an important news when it comes to someone very special in your life, whether this is your child, whether this is your partner, whether this is somebody very important in your life that you were worrying about. You are going to hear very good news, and this is going to mean so much to you, and you will be able to move away from this situation. The bottom line is you will move on with your life beautifully, and this week is going to be very, very important and evident, when it comes to that. Important indeed. And there is an information that you're going to hear, the news information, which is going to surprise you, nothing to do with you, to do with somebody else, but most certainly it's going to help you to create and to get the certain picture when it comes to somebody. Just watch this space, of course, okay? So now, when it comes to the actual health, my gorgeous Libra, is so important. Please try to drink as much water as you can to flush out the toxins out of the system, okay? This is important. On another hand, what else I was going to say is something like organic spirulina. Of course, organic spirulina I always suggest to get from the actual Hawaii, because I trust it so much and I have done extensive research when it comes to this. So I think organic spirulina from Hawaii would be the best, and it's going to help you quite a lot to boost your energy levels. This is going to be very important for you to boost your energy levels. Organic spirulina, you take 3 tablets in the morning and 3 tablets in the lunchtime, or you can take 1 teaspoon of the actual powder in the morning, 1 teaspoon at around the lunchtime, and this is going to help you to replenish your energy levels. On another hand, what else I was going to say, just make sure that you're also drinking like organic chamomile tea once a day would be quite good. So it's going to be very soothing for your stomach, and also because your stomach is going to be a little bit sensitive, try to drink as much as water as you can, as I said. And also aluminium-free deodorant. Please try to remember to take aluminium-free deodorant, natural deodorants, and inside your mouth, just make sure, it's going to be quite sensitive, make sure that you're using organic, not organic necessarily, but like fluoride-free toothpaste and fluoride-free mouthwash, and also gums are going to be quite sensitive. Just carry on taking organic acerola cherry powder the first thing in the morning as well. This is going to be good for your cold and flu, for your vitamin C levels, but it's also going to be beneficial for inside your gums, inside your mouth, for healing gums. Very important. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, for those of you who are actually in relationship, it's just basically just make sure you understand that this week is going to be like a little bit like There is going to be like a little bit maybe stressed for you a little bit, and it's going to be stressed for your partner, but there is going to be the problem that is going to arise. So this is absolutely super significant to try to leave a stress behind, or try to leave the problems behind, or just try to deal with the problem. It's very important for you to do this, because otherwise karmically it's going to go somewhere else, and then it's going to be completely more difficult to actually deal with it from a completely different angle at some other moment in time. The bottom line is, any problem or any issue that comes up to the top that are making you feel like so nervous with each other, do you know what I mean? It's just like, please try to sort it out then and there. Very, very important to deal with any issues or problems. For those of you who are actually single and ready to mingle, you see, it is not going to be the time when you're going to meet the love of your life, but it is just going to be an important moment in time when it comes to meeting people, and when it comes to enjoying your time with people in general. No, I don't see you like, oh my God, going out and like kind of like having stranger in the night moment. No, but I'm saying that it's more important, most important is for you. The most important thing is to meet as many people as you can. You will be meeting very special people that are going to become an integral part of your spiritual journey, and this is what I'm talking about, because these people you're going to meet are going to be connected to the person who is about to enter your life. That's why I'm saying you have to throw yourself into as many situations as you possibly can. My gorgeous Libra, my gorgeous Libra, my gorgeous Libra. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is Scorpione, 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 Scorpio, come out to play. Scorpio, come out to play, 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 play. Scorpio, come out to play. Scorpio, come out to play, 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 play. Scorpione, come out to play, play, come out to play, 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 come out to play, play. Scorpione, come out to play, play, come out to play, 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 play. Scorpione, you know what? You're gonna find yourself so clever. This is going to be a very deep week, very spiritual week when it comes to your own understanding, okay? But that in itself is just going to make balance just right. You're gonna feel kind of like attracted to all sorts of things this week. You're gonna feel very clever this week. I'm not saying, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you're not feeling clever. I'm not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying that you will reach this peak of this you will reach this peak of this particular activity this week, and this is going to reflect this spiritual activity, and this is going to reflect on you like being very much so open, ridiculously open-minded, very outgoing. You're going to find yourself being very adventurous, but also you're going to find yourself being very daring when it comes to testing the waters, very daring when it comes to testing your own intellect, very daring when it comes to testing your own intellectuality. And I just like this so much because there is something absolutely woomish, something very rather important that you are going to also discover about yourself. And that is also going to create the missing link. It's going to create the missing puzzle. And now certain things that didn't make sense to you in the last 11 months that you have been doing, you have been focusing on, you couldn't explain to yourself why you couldn't make necessary changes, why you didn't make necessary changes if you were unhappy with certain stages in your life. So now this is all going to bounce back, and it's going to provide you to look at the picture from a completely different angle. One missing puzzle again. It's about to change everything because it's not about the picture, but it's about the dimension where you're going to find yourself, my gorgeous Scorpiones. And this is all about you realizing this. You are going to get an important news, and that news that you're going to get is going to give you a powerful, overwhelming emotion, and that also is going to be so significant to you, especially when it comes to that part of your life where you felt like a lack of harmony, okay? And that in itself is going to bring you a control over situations, strength, courage. This balance is going to be absolutely wonderful when it comes to your energy and determination, and that is going to make you so strong, so powerful, very mature in many different ways, because you're going to find yourself like feeling very, very good about yourself by making a mature decision. There is a very important and very responsible and very mature decision that you're going to make. Not only you're gonna like feel so good about yourself, my gorgeous Scorpionis, but it's going to be so brilliant. It's about this honor that you're gonna feel about yourself, but also other people are going to be praising you up, the right people in your life, because this is the great moment in time when it comes to your own accomplishment through your own understanding. And that understanding is also going to provide you with the actual transformation, and that transformation in itself is going to make you realize that anything is literally possible when it comes to your own situation. And when you Scorpioni, you feel like that you are on top of the world, because nothing can change you, nothing can break you, nothing can destroy you. You can only change and redirect your gorgeous, powerful energies. And this is exactly what you're going to do, because that in itself is also going to make you realize that you've got an amazing changes that are about to happen to you. And that is going to be so significant. It's going to start with an important message or a document that is actually going to arrive. And then you will know that the end of the problem is coming to an end. You know, the certain problem is coming to an end. This is absolutely brilliant. And it's certainly an excellent time for new project. There is an important project that you are going to do. There is an important project that you are going to start. And that important project is just going to help you so much with your own connection, with your own reconnection. And it's also going to become an important time of transition, an important time of change, an important time of people, an important time of relationships. You know, there's certain people that are going to come back into your life. I say certain people are going to come back into your life. It's so significant. These are the right people. These are the important people. These are the real people in your life that will want to see you, that will want to come back into your life. And you will know this week, but at the same time they will kind of like you will have an important realization through this, because this couple of people are going to play an important role when it comes to you recognizing something about yourself. But it's also going to happen when it's the moment in time happening and unfolding, when it comes to your turning point, my gorgeous Scorpionis, because it's all about this determination that you wouldn't normally have. And that in itself is going to become an important stage for you. Something is going to be offered to you. Something is going to become part of your journey, and it's going to start shining rather brightly. And it's going to be such an important time for you, especially when it comes to your own passion. Okay? And it's to do with the recognition of the certain passion and you going for it. But on another hand, it's going to become your own turning point. You're going to surprise yourself. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be very important. And it's also going to bring you inner peace and strength that you didn't have in a long time. And that, my gorgeous Scorpionis, is going to make you realize that you are so enthusiastic. You're going to feel so optimistic purely because of the beginning of something new initiative, new school, new job. But this is all about the unlimited possibilities, and you getting there, and you just feeling it. And this is going to provide you with a carelessness, and obsession, but good obsession, brilliant obsession, which is at the same time going to be absolutely remarkable beginning when it comes to your own awakening, but also in particular when it comes to new plan and wish that is going to be absolutely change everything. Look at this. This is absolutely remarkable, my gorgeous Scorpionis, because it's all about you feeling this. You will have a realization anything is possible this week, because something is going to happen. Something is going to take a slightly different turn, and that is going to blow you away. It's going to surprise you. Oh my God, this is brilliant. And you will know it's a brilliant time to change things. But most certainly the new project, new beginning, new start, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, because you will know that your personal power and intellect is going to be very, very strong. It's going to be very high. It's going to be at the peak of these activities, spiritual activity. And this is why I started this reading saying like, oh my God, you're going to surprise yourself in the best possible way, and this is going to be all coming through your own creativity, high energy and enthusiasm. This is absolutely fantastic and wonderful moment in time, and a very special and important reconnection with the right people in your life. This is so important for you, my gorgeous Scorpionis, like there is no tomorrow. And you will see exactly what I mean, because these two people are going to return into your life at exactly the right time. and it's going to help you with your own satisfaction, accomplishment, but most certainly it's the ideas, couple of things that are going to come through these people that are going to be absolutely life-changing. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Scorpionis, it's basically, it's this week, it's going to bring your own victory and mental clarity, and it's so important that it's without you even realizing, it's about your own accomplishment that is going to create the beginning of this adventure. It's absolutely fantastic, and you will have the taste of prosperity, well-being, and luxury, which is going to provide you with the realization about the comfort and extreme comfort that you wouldn't normally have. Absolutely fantastic. This week, my gorgeous Scorpionis, listen to me, my babies, it's all about the romance. Stranger in the night, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, Scorpioni in the morning, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. So this week it's all about the romance, society, very important moment when it comes to the society, realization, big moment. It's about the harmony, and also it's about the prosperity that I already said, the safety. It's going to be very beautiful, and that in itself is going to bring a peace, tranquility, and also rest after strife. You know, it's very important to say the Saturn union, it's going to take place, and also please try to meditate as much as you can, try to ground yourself as much as you can. This is going to be a rather important moment, important week to actually go and try to hug the tree, and this is going to help you to rejuvenate yourself, and also it's going to help you to understand certain things about yourself along the way, and also it's going to help you to understand and bring all sorts of messages and impacts into your life that you wouldn't normally have or that you wouldn't normally bring. Remarkable indeed. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous Scorpionis, when it comes to your health, you know, try to eat as much as fruit as you can, you know, especially grapes. You know, grapes would be very important for you to eat, natural grapes, okay? But also vitamins A, C, and E would be quite relevant and very significant, like antioxidants to fight free radicals. Very important for you to take antioxidants A, C, and E. And also just make sure that you're using a natural aluminum-free deodorant. Your skin is going to be very sensitive. Try to make sure that you're using natural aluminum-free deodorant, natural deodorant, okay? And also your skin is going to be sensitive. Just make sure that you shower with a chemical-free shower gel. Make sure that you're using natural skin lotions. If you're using skin lotions, if you can't eat it, then you can't put it on your skin, really. You shouldn't put it on your skin. So this is what I think. And also just make sure that you are taking organic flaxseed oil. Is absolutely fantastic. So you take organic flaxseed oil in the actual oil form, or you can take it in a capsule form. It's a natural form of omega-3 essential fatty acids that you normally get in fish. So this is a plant version, but it's absolutely remarkable, and it's fantastic when it comes to dry skin, hair, and nails. You can see the changes in skin so quickly after you start taking this. And also I have to say to you, organic acerola cherry powder, carry on taking. I know I said it millions of times. Just make sure that you're taking organic acerola cherry powder the first thing in the morning, 1 teaspoon. Is very important because it's going to help you to replenish your vitamin C levels, and it's also going to help you against cold and flu. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor or GP, because only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now for those of you Scorpionis in relationship, it's so important. This is a very, very important stage, you know. It's so good because basically you're both going to be really busy, and you're both going to kind of have important things happening, you know, and this is good because it looks like you're going to please your partner really beautifully, and your partner is also going to please you when it comes to your own success. But you're also going to surprise your partner, and your partner is also going to surprise you. It's beautiful, and it's to do with the abilities that you're both having, that you're both using, that are going to take your relationship on the whole next stage. However, it's going to be brilliant. And very important decision you're going to make here, because financially you're reaching a very significant stage. For those of you who are single and ready to mingy, I told you, Scorpionis, there is someone very special about to enter your life this week. Indeed, I can see you flirting, I can see you having a great time, but I do see a little romance, and I do see the little beginning of the romance. So all what I want you to do, go out, enjoy yourself, and be yourself. Just remember, be yourself. By being yourself, you can achieve things in life, okay? Only by being yourself you you can enjoy yourself. Only by being yourself you can let the right person to walk into your life. There is someone very special that is about to walk into your life, my gorgeous Scorpionis, indeed. Okay, so now before I go on the next like a sign, before I go on Sagittarini, who is Sagittarini of course, before I go to Sagittarinis, I'm just going to check my cards. I'm just super clumsy this week. This whole week I've been so clumsy. I'm just dropping everything. I'm dropping my cards. I'm dropping myself, you know. Oh dear Lord, you know. It's just basically just one of those weeks, you know. Sometimes I'm so sharp and sometimes I can be so like clumsy. I can just walk into things like, you know. Yeah, just like everyone else, I guess. Yeah, but in my case, you know. Yeah, so basically, yeah, before I do this, I'm just going to look Sagittarini. I feel vavavumish. If you like to buy my little Maggie mug, yeah, the link is in the description below. I feel vavavumish. Okay. Oh, this is lovely. Oh gosh, I'm just looking at your card. You're not gonna like the beginning of your week, but it doesn't matter. Bam ba ba bam 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 ba bam bam bam. How could you just leave me standing alone in the world is so cold? Maybe I'm just too demanding. Maybe I'm just like my father, too bold. Maybe I'm just like my mother. She's never satisfied. Listen to me, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Listen to me. I say this, I sing this, and I'm saying this. It's just so important to think about yourself this week. You are going to be distracted a little bit, and I think that someone might try to take a little bit of advantage of you, of your feelings, of your emotions, because you will be going through something very, very sacred and very special when it comes to your own feelings, your own emotions, but also from looking at the things from a completely different angle, because the return puzzle is going to come through your sign at the beginning of this week, and it's going to shaky nicely. It's going to shake you up nicely, and it's going to provide you with an opportunity that you wouldn't normally have. That opportunity is going to make you feel very optimistic. It's going to make you feel very happy. It's going to make you feel really excited, but there is also going to be somebody around you that I need you to be a little bit careful, because it's going to try to take a little bit of an advantage from you, my gorgeous Sagittarinis. So this is why I just think that you will find yourself in a really good element, you know, because you're going to be so happy, but I just need you to kind of keep on having your eyes open. All your senses like are going to be heightened anyway, but you're going to be so strong when it comes to that particular spiritual barrier that you're going to kind of like prevent these feelings and emotions from coming towards you, from letting these signals to come through and make you aware of the little snaky in the grassy that is kind of around you. You will be so strong, you will be in your bubble, you will be in your element, but I just do want you to be aware of this, because through this snaky in the grassy, you're also going to realize an important information. Through this, you will realize, you will gather an important information, and it's just going to happen out of the blue. It's going to come out of the blue, and it's also going to put you in touch with the situation and with the group of people that you wouldn't normally be. And there is going to be another surprise that you're going to have, as the reaction that it's going to come through will surprise you, and that is coming from a different focus, and that in itself is going to become an important stage of your own personal rebirth. And it's all going to be about this promise that it's going to be so strong, it's going to be so powerful, and it's going to be so significant, and it's going to be like right in front of you, and it's going to start shining very brightly. And now you will know that something very big is going to happen, something very big is going to take stage indeed, but it's going to require from you to make a necessary effort, necessary adjustment, by actually cutting out a certain stage out of your life, certain part of your life that slowly come to an end, and you need changes, you need transformation, you need rebirth, because you are going through your own important spiritual awakening, which is nothing unusual, in particular when it comes to this week, and in particular when it comes to these life-changing numbers. We've got number 10 to start with, and we've got number 16 to end with, which means the end is going to finish with an opportunity that is going to surprise you, and this is coming directly through your own highly transformational time. So this is why it always happens with an element of surprise, so it gives us the opportunity to act in a way that we wouldn't normally act. And this is the way the magic happens, my babies, because this is the way you tap into the energy and dimensions that you wouldn't normally tap. And it's all about the reaction that is just going to change everything, because it's not the ordinary, it's out of the ordinary. It requires different energy and different vibration from you, and this is exactly what I'm talking about, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Ooh, you see what I mean? I'm so clumsy. You see, it went all the way over there. You see this? My gorgeous Sagittarian is now, of course, look at this. Muerte, 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 muerte. Now listen to this. This is just so important, and it's nothing unusual. It just jumped out, my gorgeous Sagittarians. You are going through your own transformation. At the same time, you are going through your own turning point. At the same time, you're going to have a reason for celebration. At the same time, you're going to find yourself very, very brave, you know. And this is so important, because it's just all about the recognition, turning point, and determination that you wouldn't normally have. This is all part of the big picture, and it's going to be huge, and it's going to be very important, because it's coming through your own recognition. You see this, an advice from somebody very important, somebody very highly appreciated in your life. It's going to come through. An advice about the money, an advice about the security, an advice about the power, and also at the same time it's more about the realization that you will have through this person. It's all more about like your own personal confirmation. It's not about what they tell you, it's not what they will tell you to do and things like that. It's about your own understanding and confirmation that you will have through this situation, and that in itself, my gorgeous Sagittarini, it's going to provide you with the focus, and that in itself is going to start this creativity and this beautiful feeling, beautiful emotions with the power and strength, which is going to be enhanced very much so after that moment in time. Yes, there will be a bit of a tower situation. This is why I said, oh God, I'm looking at your cards, because I saw a little tower situation, and you're not the first sign, and this is nothing unusual, because it's a yin-yang week. This is an important week when it comes to the actual yin-yang. So it means that there needs to be a little bit of rain, you know, in order to have the sun, you know, after. There isn't, if it's not raining, the flowers are not going to grow. If it's not raining, the flowers are not going to grow. This is exactly what is going to happen. Little baby rain, okay? It's going to be caused by a certain tower situation, which is going to surprise you this week, and it's going to throw you out of balance a little bit. It's going to create certain outcome that is just going to throw you out of the balance, out of the situation, because it's just going to create certain setbacks that weren't there before. So it's going to provide you with a different situation. So you're going to have to like kind of step away from the situation and see which way you're going to go, which direction to take, which options to kind of go for. And this is so important, because this is the rain that you needed in order to let the flowers grow. This is so important, because this tower moment is just going to help you to kind of see things from a slightly different angle, which is just going to make you be free. Everybody's free. It's going to set you free, okay, almost immediately. And this is what I'm talking about. This is going to provide you with a different perspective, with a different dimension, with a different realization is going to be followed about different aspects of your life, and about your journey, and about what you need to make next and what you need to do next. This is also going to boost the peak of your radiance at the same time, because it's just going to be very much so beneficial for you, okay? Very much so beneficial for you, for the new direction, for the certain understanding, you know, when it comes to benefit, when it comes to profit, when it comes to improvement, you know, when it comes to success, you know, there is going to be the certain favor that someone is going to ask you as well. Certain favor, definitely do that favor. Any favor that anyone is going to ask you, anything that anyone can ask you, that if you're happy doing, just do it, my babies. This is an important week of karma, so this is all going to come back with beautiful flowers to you, you know, at some moment in time. I'm not saying that you need to do it because of the karma, but this is all kind of part of this wonderful picture, and it's just going to be really beautiful time. But on another hand, this week, my gorgeous Sagittarius is going to bring you perfection, you know, recognition. By the end of the week, you're going to have a recognition. It's absolutely mind-blowing. This is why I say yin-yang moment, you know. If you didn't have this tower moment at the beginning of the week, this wouldn't happen at the end of the week. And it's all going towards the perfection, recognition of the certain path that you wouldn't normally recognize. But also, on another hand, it's a very honorable moment you will have, an honorable moment in time. You're going to feel so proud of with yourself, so proud, so cocky, but in a good way, you know, because you will know this is about your fulfillment, this is about your capability, you know, and it's all about a big reward from hard work, success, admiration from others, but most importantly, pam pam pam, you will know that at the end of the week, that this week, you know, after this moment in time, you are going towards an ultimate change, an absolute ultimate change indeed, and it's going to be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Okay, so now my gorgeous Sagittarius, you see, ooh la la, the one shoulder, which one is this? The right shoulder, I think. One of the shoulders is going to be very sensitive. So make sure that you're sleeping in the right way. Make sure that you're sleeping on a side with a nice quality pillow. Also, the pillow in between your legs. Make sure that you sit in the nice way correctly. Not like me, you know. Make sure that you're advertising, gosh. Make sure that you are like exercising. Make sure that you are exercising, you know, as much as you can. This is very, very important, but in the nice exercising where you can kind of get your body going, when you can pay attention, like, you know, to your body, like maybe swimming would be quite nice, you know, relaxing would be quite nice, meditation would be quite nice, grounding will be very important when it comes to this week as well. But also make sure that you're actually taking B vitamins, because B vitamin complex will be very important when it comes to your stress levels, but for your digestion it's going to be very sensitive as well. So B vitamin complex will be fantastic for your stress levels and digestion at the same time. And you're also going to benefit from vitamin D for your bones, and you're also going to benefit from the calcium and magnesium for your bones and muscles, which are going to be very sensitive area this week. And also, I know I keep on about it, sorry, but it's organic acerola cherry powder, vitamin C you should be taking, you should be carry on taking like for a while now, because it's going to help to boost your vitamin C levels, and also it's going to help against cold and flu symptoms. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you in relationship, you know, your partner is going to be going through something or something a little bit negative. You know, your partner is going to be going through like kind of heavy situation when it comes to their emotions. So they're going to need a little bit of help from you. So please try to kind of buy them something, maybe surprise them with something, and also maybe take them somewhere. And every time when people are going through very difficult stages in their lives, the surprise energy is very good. So whether we take them somewhere, whether we buy something, little gift to people, or we surprise them with like some kind of trip somewhere, just do some kind of surprise, because this is going to be quite good actually. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, my gorgeous Sagittarius, you know what, this is the perfect time to go out and test the water. It's so good when it comes to the passion, it's so good when it comes to like talking to people, it's so good when it comes to your social relationships, but it's also going to be very good when it comes to your own radiance. You're gonna feel very good, and you will be projecting this sexy energy, you know, at the same time. So it will be absolutely fantastic when it comes to this playful energy, this discovery, rediscovery, having a great time, flirting. There are a lot of flirting will be going on. Lots of people will notice you who you would be noticed by. Lots of people you're gonna be surprised by. Oh God, they noticed me. But this is so good, and it's all part of your spiritual progress. There is someone very important that it's actually going to become a part of your spiritual journey. My gorgeous Sagittarians, and this is going to happen out of the blue this week, at least when you least expected. Okay, so now before I do Capricornius, you know, I disappear like I always disappear, my baby. I will be 1 second. I'm terrible, aren't I? I will be 1 second. I will be 1 second. Dun, da, 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 bam, bam. I'm here, Okay. Capricornius. What's that song? Capricornius, dun, dun, Capricornius, dun, dun, Capricornius, dun, dun, Capricornius. What is that song? I'm not too sure where my sing is. Capricornius, dun, dun, Capricornius, dun, dun, Capricornius. Something from the 80s, something from the 80s, I'm sure. Capricornius, dun, dun, Capricornius, dun, dun. Alleluia, 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 alleluia. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. 9 months later, something is going to take place, my gorgeous Capricornius. Something is going to take place, and it's going to be magical, magical, magical. You're going to be painting with a very important brush this week. You will be painting with a very important brush this week. Something rather magical, beautiful, amazing, absolutely remarkable, transformational is going to take place. 9 months later, this is going to be a life-changing moment in time for you that is going to be provided to you. No, I'm not saying to you that you have to wait 9 more months. No, baby, no. I'm saying that this year is going to be the life-changing year because of what is going to happen here, what is going to change here. 9 months later, this is going to take off. It's going to take a turn that is just going to become not only the most promising part of your life so far, but it's going to provide you with the creativity, optimism, which is going to become at the same time your wake-up call, because this is the start of your own personal rebirth, in particular when it comes to your own karma, when it comes to your spiritual journey, and all these things that have been dragging for the last 24 months, and now they're going to have a really nice and lovely vavavumish turn. And this is going to surprise you because it's going to come with an element of surprise, and the beginning of the week is going to provide you with a realization which is going to become an opportunity, and it's just going to require from you to make an instant decision. And this is when the beauty is going to happen. This is when the magic is going to manifest. This is when the beauty is going to start indeed, because it's also going to be very beneficial for you in many different ways when it comes to understanding of the confusing part of your life when it comes to some other person, and the certain harmony as well was affected. This is all going to become part of the spiritual journey, but also it's all about the actual you beginning at the actual new stage, new project, new stage, new project, new stage. It's going to seem like really tiny, but it's going to be like really huge. Absolutely remarkable moment in time in many different ways, because you know it's all about your own perfection, recognition, honor, but at the same time it's about something really big that is going to take stage, central stage, and it's all coming to the certain peace, tranquility, but on another hand through actual excitement about the change that's coming, about an indication, about a sign. You're going to have a sign that the change is coming, and your sign, my gorgeous Capricornians, is going to happen right at the beginning of this week. It's going to be very important and very significant, and I have to say to you that there is the celebration, an important celebration that you will have, because the beginning of the week is going to bring you also a conclusion to a very difficult and very annoying stage of your life that was affecting you in such a way where you felt yourself being like very much so restrained. So now that is sorry, coming to an end, and it's going to provide you with an inspiration. It's going to be the return of the old, the beautiful and optimistic energy that was missing in your life, and that is going to inspire you. It's going to boost your activity. It's going to boost your energy in many different ways indeed, and it's because it's going to provide you the control over situations, strength, courage, energy, determination, action, confidence, and this is all coming through your own accomplishment. I'm so happy for you, because you're going to find yourself being inspired by all sorts of things and all sorts of situations, and I can see you painting your home, doing changes. This is great time to do changes around you, great time to change the environment around you, because you will be changing, your vibration will be changing, your energy will be changing, and this is why this is such an important time for you as well, as it's just so important to see that there is an illusion, little bit of illusional moment. Illusional, yeah, is that a word? Illusional, yeah, illusional moment, illusional situation. It's just all about coming to terms that maybe that particular path is just going to need a little bit of redirections by cut it out, stop it, move on from the certain stage, from the certain journey, from the certain dimension. Very important, and this is how things are going to happen for you, my gorgeous Capricornians, because you are going to come to terms with something, okay? Come to terms. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. You're going to come to terms with something, and this is going to be everything, my gorgeous Capricornians. This is going to be absolutely everything. Where did I put my cards? Cards. I think that was meant to be Irish. Cards. I have no idea what that is. So now, basically now, this is what it is. It's about this illusional moment, illusional direction, illusional stage of your life. It's going to come in front of you. It's going to require from you to pick it and to make a certain adjustment, to make a readjustment, to move on from that particular situation. This is so important, because it's all about the actual confirmation and the security and power that you are going to have at the same time, the security and power that you're going to have at the same time. It's going to be directly responsible for the determination and the energy that is going to be so good here, because what is actually going to happen, it is the inspiration from the right person is going to come through, and inspiration from the right person is going to come forward. Somebody very beautiful in your life, somebody who you think of very highly, is just going to make themselves known, and you will know that this is your sign. This is your sign about your own accomplishment, but most certainly it's about the inspiration through the right person who is going to inspire you even more and help you to move on with your life. That in itself is going to be so good. You see, the same card, absolutely remarkable. It's because you're going to have the control over a situation, you see, but at the same time, you're gonna have the greatest moment in time when it comes to your own awakening, your own spiritual awakening, and important news about the investment and victory and mental clarity. It's all going to take stage. It's all going to become an important part of your journey, because it's all about the nurturing and creativity that you're going to have at the same time. Absolutely fantastic. And that, my gorgeous Capricornians, it's going to make you, you see, the first of all, you're gonna realize that that illusional stage of your life is coming to an end, but it's something that only a few months ago you would be like, no, I don't want it to come to an end. But now it's going to seem really brilliant. It's going to seem really fantastic, and it's going to seem like the right thing to do. This is going to make you become the part of the group of people that you wouldn't normally be, part of the dimension that you wouldn't normally be. And this is where the magic is, because it's going to require from you to react very quickly in a certain way, and you are going to surprise yourself. Bam, bam, bam. Magic. Remember, you're going to surprise yourself because you're going to react in a completely different way. And this is where the beauty is, because you're going to tap into different dimension, into different energy, and that in itself is going to create your own turning point. And it's pretty much so important, because it's going to mark the end of the problem. Unexpected event is going to occur, but it's going to be good, because it's so much so to do with the outcome, and so much so it's going to do with an advancement and conclusion to the problem that was really dragging you down. So important when it comes to practical knowledge, business acumen, strength, negotiation. Important negotiation is going to take stage. An important negotiation is going to take place. So if you can negotiate, you can start any kind of negotiations. Just try to do it this week, because you're going to work with this vibrational energy, which is just going to make everything so much better. On another hand, an important apprenticeship is also going to take place. But I will tell you again, oh my God, because you've been challenged at the same time, Capricornians. This is so important. It's about the apprenticeship, but it's about you making sure you do not lose your mind. No, you make sure you don't lose your concentration, because as more concentrated you are, the better it's going to be. The more committed to the task at hand you are, the better outcome it's going to be. So you are going to be tested as well by the end of the week, where there is going to be the certain task, certain option, certain point that you're working towards to, and it's going to be like, oh, I'm not too sure. No, baby, no. This is all part of the challenge. This is all part of the task. Remember, I've seen this before. It's very important for you to stay committed to the task at hand, because this is an important moment in time where you are having a control over a situation, and this is all about you testing the water. But at the same time, this is the challenging situation, which means that something huge is going to happen at the end of this week, but you just have to stay committed to the task at hand. This is all about your adventure. This is all about the enthusiasm, initiative, and the new options and new possibilities that you wouldn't normally have. You see this is an opportunity that is going to come to you, financial opportunity, at around the end of this week. This is going to be brilliant. It's going to seem really tiny, but it's going to grow into something absolutely massive, very, very big indeed. Okay, now what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Capricornians, basically when it comes to your health, you see, when it comes to your health, it would be absolutely perfect for you if you could meditate and ground yourself, because this is going to be a very powerful week when it comes to your own spirituality. But also it is going to be like a little bit stressed, so maybe if you take like a nice dose of B vitamins, this is going to help you for both stress levels, and also it's going to help you with your own digestion. Digestion is going to be sensitive. B vitamins are going to be very important and beneficial for both stress and your digestive system as well. On another hand, organic aloe vera juice would be quite wonderful to take as well for your digestive system, and also friendly bacteria in a natural yogurt. Don't forget about friendly bacteria. I don't recommend like soya really, because I'm not a great fan of soya. I do not like soya. Soya is not good for people at all. It's not true. Soya is not good for people. Okay, soya is not good for you. So whatever people think, this is the truth. Soya is really bad actually. So I'm never ever going to recommend anything soya or any products by soya. Are terribly bad, for both men and women, but especially for men. No, baby, no. Just stay away from it. It's too chemically designed, to be something that it's actually not. Sorry. So that's why I'm just going to recommend you or maybe like a natural yogurt, like yogurt, but not by soya, most certainly. Natural yogurt with a friendly bacteria also is going to be very beneficial when it comes to your digestive system and when it comes to your digestion in general. And make sure that you're using like aluminium free deodorants, because you're going to be sensitive to aluminium as well. Okay. make sure you use aluminium film deodorants, please. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. For those of you who are actually in relationship, you know, very important moment you are having, very, very important moment, okay? You and your partner are going to have an integral stage, integral part of your journey. It's gonna become an integral part. This week will mark an integral part of your both spiritual journeys, because something to do with a very important stage when it comes to justice. You're both, as a couple, you're going to have your justice, certain justice that you waited for, something that you have been waiting for, something that you wanted to happen, something that you have been focusing on. There is a justice coming, and it's about to change your life, and it's going to be good. It's going to be great. It's going to be brilliant. And it's going to both provide you with an options, you know, to move on and enjoy your life, you know, on a whole next stage, because financially this is going to be quite good and very promising for both of you. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, I don't see you meeting the love of your life this week or anything like that, but I am seeing you being surrounded by the people, and it's very important how things are going to develop and unfold, because at the same time there are three people that are going to become quite significant part of your spiritual journey, who are going to be around you. These people have already crossed your path. These people have already crossed your journey. They're not going to become the part of your life, spirituality, and your journey and your dimension just now, from now on. They've already been part of your lives, but them three are going to play an absolutely remarkable role, an important role when it comes to you realizing something very significant about your life, certain change which is just going to bring you someone very important into your life. But these people are going to be quite like directly responsible for that, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, before I do Aquamarini, I will be 1 second. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. Okay, Aquamarini, I will be just 1 second. You wonder what I do, you know, but I just go for a little walk. Okie dokie. Let's see, Aquamarini, just a second. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back, I am back at the back. Oh Lord, back at the back. Gosh, blankety blank. Okay. I'm back, 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 I'm back. Hallelujah, hallelujah. That is. The next sign I'm going to be talking about, it's Aquamarini. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide all the planets. And Aquamarini, I love you, Aquamarini. I love you, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. I love you so much. You know what? It's just basically I want to say something quite important to you. Remember me saying this, because it is just going to bring you the biggest boost of confidence when you really need it. I'm not saying that you are going to need it, but it is just going to, this week it's going to be quite interesting, because it's going to kind of like be a lot of testing going on, okay? And one test that you're going to go through, it's going to make you feel like a little bit of like, it's going to kind of shake the waters a little bit up for you. It's going to make them a little bit murky, because for the moment it's going to make you feel like you're thrown out of the balance. So it's very important to say that you will be tested this week, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. You will be thrown out of the balance a little bit, but as big as balance you're thrown out, it's better, the better it's going to be. The more negative you feel, the better it's going to be. I know, the more, it's easy for me to say, but this is so important to say, because this rain that you are going to have, it's going to be like a huge rain. It's going to be massive rain. It's going to be a thunder. It's going to be the huge thunder. It's going to cause floods. It's going to cause flooding indeed. But just remember, if there is no rain, the flowers are not going to grow. This rain will be very important, because these flowers will grow really big and really significant and very, very important for you later on. In fact, there is a significant decision that you're going to make. It's going to take time. It's going to take time, because first of all, you're going to come to terms with something, with a new stage of your life that is going to take over beautifully. But in order for you to go for it, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, you're going to need to make an adjustment with another part of your life that is just needs a readjustment. You're going to need to cut something out of your life. It came to an end. It's coming to an end. It's dragging itself down. But it's creating this unnecessary amount of negativity and negative energy until you realize that this is the moment in time when your mind it's the clear direction. Your optimism is a clear direction. Your manifestation and the power of your mind is a clear direction at the same time. And it's also going to be directly responsible for the certain changes. It's your own initiative, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. It's your own power of your mind that is going to be very strong and very powerful. And it needs to come from here. That energy is going to be your power. That realization is going to be your power at the same time, because it's going to help you to recognize the certain things about your life, what's keeping you restrained, but also what have you been lying to yourself and what have you been denying to yourself, because this was causing you to kind of preventing you to move on and to enjoy your life, because it's constantly at the back of your mind. So what is it? There is something going on. There's something that you are doing, something that you caught yourself at, but it requires from you to make a necessary changes when it comes to your own adjustment, your own readjustment. This is very important, because it is just going to help you out from the powerless situation. This is going to make, and it's going to begin, and it's going to be part and time of the huge liberation at the same time. Liberation is also going to become the greatest moment of motivation. But first of all, you're going to need to come to terms with something. You're going to need to come to terms with a certain option, that is just going to start changing, but it's going to require from you to change things and to edit things the way you do them normally. This week, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, from the day 1 until the day 7, I need you to do something for me. I need you to do every single day. I need you to do something different. On Monday, do this. On Tuesday, you do this. On Wednesday, you do this. But every single day, you do something different by going somewhere else. Please do this. And also, test the waters. It's time to test your own waters, because this is also going to surprise you with a certain abilities. Certain abilities are going to pinpoint the actual direction to you. The direction that is going to be pinpointed, it's going to be so important, because it's going to take you on an advanced level, and it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. We're very honored, as well at the same time. And this is going to boost your radiance, boost your creativity, boost your positivity when you need it the most. I really like this. You know why? Because you are going towards the ultimate change in your life. You're going towards, and this is absolutely fantastic, because most certainly you are reaching a turning point, but it's all down to your hard work, it's all down to your own energy, and it's all down to your own karma. You are going to have a very unusual experience as well this week. The unusual experience that you are going to have, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, of course, it's going to come from somewhere else, completely different dimension, completely different energy, completely different vibration, completely different part of your spiritual journey. It's going to come through. The energy this week, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, for you, it's going to be like the energy that we have on the 31st of October, or throughout of October for that matter, because throughout of October, it's basically we have this powerful energy of the completely different dimension. And this is the time when the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest, which means that on another hand, you are provided with all sorts of informations, directions, and energy that you wouldn't normally have, and also directions and signs from the spirit guides, from your guardian angels, from the people who used to be in your life, want to come through throughout of October to let you know certain things, to pinpoint you towards the right direction. They're excited to do this indeed. The reason I talk about the 31st of October, of course, Aquamarinis, it's because this actual whole week, it's very strong, it's very powerful when it comes to that particular dimension, that particular energy. So throughout this week, it's going to be like, but really important, because you are going to be visited by somebody, by the certain spirit. And the way it's going to happen, it's going to be very vibrant. The way it's going to happen, it really depends. The way they're going to come through, it really depends. The way they're going to try to get your attention, it really depends. Who is going to be this? It really depends, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, because you're most certainly going to feel it. That person, that spirit is going to come through, and you may feel like a smell of tobacco, something that someone used to smoke, and you will know, ooh la la, they're here. Or you will smell certain soup that they used to make. Maybe they were making like a certain food, and then you will smell this certain food, and then you will know, oh my lord, someone is here, or something will fall. Maybe a little ring will fall. Oh my God, that person who used to be in your life, was wearing this ring. Or it may not even be somebody who you know necessarily, but it all depends. It all depends who it's going to be, but it's leading towards one thing. When you have like an unusual experience throughout this week, just remember, Aquamarinis, what exactly you were thinking at around the time. So when you feel smell of tobacco, for example, and then you're like, oh my God, that John, oh my God, George used to smoke like lots of tobacco. Oh my God, that Martin, oh my God, like Jane, used to smoke like loads of tobacco, Rose used to smoke loads of tobacco, when you kind of realize who this is, very, very important to knock on this spiritual door. And by knocking on this spiritual door, you gather the most out of it. And by gathering the most out of it, you need to understand exactly what the person is trying to tell you. And in order for you to understand this, you need to think about what you were thinking at around the time. What you were thinking at around the time, it's going to be directly connected to what they're trying to tell you, what they're are trying to let you know. And that, my gorgeous aquamarinis, is going to be your ticket. It's going to be your sign. It's going to be your clear signal and green light that an ultimate change is about to happen. An ultimate change, it's about to happen, and the information and realization is going to come through this spirit, which is going to pinpoint you towards the right direction at the same time. Oh my God. Okay? Let me tell you something, Aquamarinis. I want you to remember this week. This week, I want you to remember this. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide all the planets. No, that's not, yes, that's it. But I want you to remember is this. 3 things. Aquamarinis, remember this. Believe in the impossible. This will shift you, oh my Lord, somewhere completely different. Just remember, believe in the impossible. Number 2, you are good enough. Okay? Just remember this. Number 3, confidence is your key to success. Just remember this. Confidence is your key to success. These 3 things you will find very relevant this week indeed. Okay? And you're also going to have the return of determination towards your own success. And you're going to like this. You're going to like this because it's going to make you feel so good. And it's going to really, it's going to provide you with a clear direction. And the things are going to become very beautiful and very solid when it comes to you. And the new thing it's going to start, new option, new direction. It's going to be very beautiful because it's going to help you so much with your own flexibility, change and adaptation at the same time. This is the time of recognition of the greatest honor, not only when it comes to new beginning, not only when it comes to your success, but it's a lot to do with the benefit, it's a lot to do with the profit, it's a lot to do with an important confirmation at the same time. At some moment in time within the last 11 months, you were also distracted. You started with something, you started focusing on something very important and very highly illuminated in your life, and you actually you were distracted, at that moment in time because it wasn't the right time. So this is going to come back. An unfinished business this week, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, and you are going to have an adventure, enthusiasm, an initiative, new start. Just remember, new start with unlimited possibilities is going to change your life. It is the perfect balance of energy, which means that it's going to start a very healthy and very beautiful, powerful obsession, which is about to change your life in so many ways, my gorgeous Aquamarinis, in so many ways, because you are having a time of your life, because you are going through a highly powerful and very, very important transformation. That a couple of important people, very significant people in your life are going to be playing an important role here when it comes to you making quite significant decisions. Without you asking, there will be confirmations to very important people in your life who really understand you, who really love you, who really think the world of you at the same time as well. Okay, and now also you see, it is just not like the best time to go for the certain investment. I wouldn't invest into anything this week, or I wouldn't try to negotiate this week for investment negotiations, most certainly not. But when it comes to things on your personal path, when it comes to your own personal enhancement, personal development, unfoldment, most certainly yes, this is the time of your strength. Clear power and promise and creativity is just going to reveal so much by you just following what you feel like doing, what you want to do, what makes you free. It's going to set you free at the same time, my gorgeous Aquamarinis. Okay, when it comes to the actual health, when it comes to the actual health, you see, you really have to take it easy. Try to avoid alcohol as much as you can this week. Try to avoid like a coffee as much as you can this week. Try to avoid sugar as much as you can this week. Try to avoid cigarettes if you smoke as much as you can this week. Try to avoid anything that it can kind of throw you out of balance, because you will be sensitive a little bit. So I would highly suggest, if you can swim, or if you can connect or reconnect with the water water within the water. You're going to find this very beneficial when it comes to all the sorts of dimensions. But this is also going to rejuvenate you beautifully. To go outside into the forest, what I said to you before, try to hug the tree. Yes, I know some people think, oh God, he's saying to me, hug the tree. My Lord, trees are very clever. Trees are very smart. Trees are very, very, very specific when it comes to our own rejuvenation, our own energy. They help us to rejuvenate ourselves, but get rid of the bad energy. But at the same time, they make us wise, and we make them wise as well. We work together. So being reconnecting with the nature, it's also good, but most importantly within the water. If you can spend some time within the water, the sea, I know it's not hot everywhere like in this time of the year, but the sea, the lake, the river, even in the bath, like a bath, hot tub, any kind of like a spending time in the water and just relaxing yourself a little bit, couple of drops of maybe lavender, but it's not necessary, but just relaxing yourself in the water is going to do you the world of good, and it's going to help you reconnect, ground yourself spiritually so beautifully indeed at the same time. What else I want you to say, my gorgeous aquamarine, is just make sure that you're taking organic acerola cherry powder. I know I said this millions of times, but make sure you're taking organic acerola cherry powder in the morning and in the evening. The first thing in the morning, 1 teaspoon, mix it up with the water, drink it. Okay, and then before you go to sleep, like the last thing at night, also I need you to honestly take as much organic acerola cherry powder as possible, because it's going to help you to flush out the toxins out of the system. It's going to help you to rejuvenate yourself. It's going to help to boost your energy. It's going to help you to boost your vitamin C levels. But also it's very good and important for your energy right now to do this, you see. And also B vitamins, a natural dose of B vitamins is going to help you with your digestion, which is going to be a little bit sensitive, and a little bit of stress levels. Natural dose of B vitamins you can get in the food, but if you can't get it in the food, then you can get the supplements with natural B vitamins, and then you can take this. So this is going to be quite beneficial for you. Vitamin D, it's also going to be very important for you to take this week. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now for those of you in relationship, you see, it's really cute because it's just your partner is going to do something, and this is going to help you to reflect on your life in a slightly different way, and it's also going to bring out a certain passion, and it's also going to make you feel really valavoomish around your partner. So basically your partner is going to do something so important to you this week, and it's going to recognize something very special about them, and this is something that you needed, and this is something that is going to change everything, but for the good, for the better, of course. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, Aquarius, behave. No, there is very interesting person you will meet this week. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, there is a very important person that you're going to meet, and this person is going to play absolutely massive role in your life later on. But first of all, it is all about the beautiful inspiration. It is all about the control over a situation you're going to have through this person. This person is going to be really important later on. It's not a lover, it's not somebody who you're going to end up with, but this person is absolutely ridiculously important for you to meet in order to meet the right person, which is not going to be even that long. But this person is going to have an integral part of the spiritual journey indeed, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay, before I do Pisces, I'm going to disappear again. Just a second. Bam ba ba bam 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 ba ba bam 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 dun 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 na 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 na. Okay. Pisces, just a second. Yes, of course, it's you. Okay, Pisces, just a second. Bam ba da dum da 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 dum da 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 dum. Bye 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 Celine. Bye 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 Celine. 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 Bye. Bye Celine. Bye 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 Celine. Bye 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 Celine. Bye Celine. Bye Celine. Bye. My gorgeous Pisces, you know, I just want to say to you that you're going to be a little bit surprised when it comes to this week. You know, there is a very important change that is going to take place, and this is going to happen with you feeling very much so re-energized, you know, when you least expected, in the way you least expected, and it's just going to take a really beautiful turn, the turn towards the new stage of your life that is also going to become almost immediately an adventure. It is going to start with the power of this week, with an energy of this week, which is going to be literally life-changing. I say life-changing. The energy is going to become very highly vibrational when it comes to you, which means that it's going to help you to expand your mind, which is on another hand going to become an important part of changes, because you will be able to reach an absolutely remarkable levels of subconsciousness, of your subconscious mind, which is on another hand going to take you into much deeper waters. And once you find yourself in much deeper waters, you're also going to find yourself on a rather advanced level, on a rather advanced stage. And this is also going to reflect on you in such a way where you will surprise yourself, you know, being attracted to different things, you know, attracted to different situations, attracted to different energy. And this is absolutely wonderful, because at the same time your intuition is just going to give you the control over a situation, and that is going to be the turning point, because it's going to help you to reflect on things around you in a completely different way. In a completely different way. So therefore, the beginning of the week is going to bring you the realization that is going to come through your dreams. Pay attention what is the very first thing on your mind in the morning. And even when you open your eyes, if you're not kind of having nothing on your mind, later just get up, go and do things, and as you're doing things, you know, it's going to come to you. It's going to be very sacred for the certain word, which is at the same time going to become a certain direction. It's coming from a very deep place, very spiritual place when it comes to your own spirituality, and it's going to provide you with an absolutely mind-blowing realization that it's time to move on, but at the same time have your eyes wide open, because you're going to come to terms with something. You're going to see something this week, you're going to realize something this week, but before you realize this, you are going to have an important news at the beginning of the week, and that important news is also going to help you with a certain consistency when it comes to some kind of intention of yours. But most certainly it's going to be the time and realization to move on, but also great time for negotiation and investment. There is an important negotiation that is also going to take place, and this is also going to become an absolutely life-changing part of your life, because by the time we get to November 2020, this negotiation is just going to be proven to be absolutely mind-blowing part of your life, which is not only going to provide you with the strength and power and radiance, but it's also going to become a life-changing moment in your life, because it's going to bring you promise, it's going to bring you creativity, and it's also going to bring you an unfoldment of events when it comes to life-changing opportunities and possibilities that you wouldn't normally have. But this is the time of changes. You see, what is actually going to happen at the beginning of the week, my gorgeous Pisces, you are going to first of all have an important news, and then that it's going to get you thinking, and your intuition is going to be very, very strong. And just remember that your intuition that is going to be very strong, it's also going to put you in touch with a certain person. I say put you in touch because it is just going to happen in a way of like you're going to find yourself being quite adventurous. This adventurous feeling right at the beginning of the week is also going to make you to react in a different way, but this is going to happen in the form of you choosing slightly different direction, by entering a slightly different dimension, but you're also going to have some kind of adjustment when it comes to things that you're doing on daily basis. So therefore, as soon as you change something, which is exactly what is going to happen at the beginning of the week, you're going to do something differently because you're going to end up somewhere different. That it's going to be the key, because you're going to be part of like a very challenging situation. At the same time, there is the certain healing and forgiveness that it's also going to take place, that it's also going to be part of the situation, which is going to come from you healing and forgiveness towards somebody else, which is all part of your own spiritual development and unfoldment and the whole new perspective that is going to make you feel about certain people in your life slightly differently. So therefore, if you're holding grudges against anybody, my gorgeous Pisces, don't do this, because you're holding them eventually against yourself. So this is about the realization that you will actually, anyone that comes to your mind that you feel angry, that you feel bad about this week, please try to, I know it's easy, I know I said this before, but this is easy for me to say, but by holding grudges and by feeling negative, you're very deep, you're very spiritual, so your mind can go, you see, your mind can go like very much so very deeply. Your mind can go very far, much further than lots of other minds. This is because you're very mysterious. This mystery around you, it's very important when it comes to your own balance, but it's very important when it comes to your own emotional intelligence. You're ridiculously emotionally intelligent, which means that you can stretch your mind, and you're naturally psychic. You're naturally, like, your subconscious mind is very active and it's very powerful. So therefore, when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to that power, you, as long as you trust yourself, as long as you don't have any barriers, as long as you don't have any negativities around you, you're gonna sail through like there is no tomorrow, my Pisces, indeed. But as long as there's a one tiny little doubt, but just tiny little baby doubt, that's it. You're just gonna prevent yourself. And this is what I'm talking about this flow of energy. You see, this is what I'm talking about, because you can be as powerful, but that power can work against you as well at the same time if you're not thinking and if you're not directing the energy in the right way. So this is why it's so important for me to say that there is going to be the moment where you will be tested, yes, and somebody's going to return into your life in your mind, or maybe they will try to return into your life physically. But as soon as you have this negative moment, negative realization, negative energy around that person, about that person, you just have to remember, please, this is your spiritual key. And it's very important to say this, to understand this, that you're not kind of like, you're not being angry with them. You're actually being angry with yourself, and you're restraining yourself because you're not letting yourself to move away from that moment. So therefore, you prevent from yourself from reaching a very important stage, high stage of your own spiritual journey. So this is why I say this, because it's eventually going to help you to focus on the part of your life that is keeping you restrained. And this is why restrainment comes, because we don't deal with things in the right way. So now you're going to be yet again provided with the opportunity. Just remember, healing and forgiveness, and that is going to be the moment in time which is going to set you free, and it's almost immediately going to make you realize that there's an abandonment and end of the certain part of your life. It's coming to an end, so you're going to get that boost of confidence, which is just going to literally change everything. But it's going to open your eyes, it's going to make you feel really adventurous, and most certainly it's going to put you to be part of the very challenging situation, and the challenging situation that you are going to have, it's going to surprise yourself, but it's most certainly going to provide you with an opportunity and financial opportunity by the end of the week that you wouldn't normally have. You also have to remember, believe in the, literally, this is an important moment in time, and the whole week is important for you to remember to believe in the impossible. Believe in the impossible is the best way to be, best way to think, best way to kind of like have our mind very open, and that at the same time it's going to reflect on everything else, and it's going to stop you from moving forward. So it's going to stop you from not moving forward, not achieving things in life which are highly illuminated. And this is why I say that this is so important. Look, you see, no, I didn't forget. I don't forget things. You see, that went off, and it's time to come back because Pisces is waiting. You'll see. And now, what else I was going to say? So there's going to be financial opportunity that is going to be so good. It's going to make you learn something about yourself, something new, something important about your skill, about your development, and about a certain unfoldment, and that in itself is going to become an integral part of you making an important decision. There's something is coming to an ending, but you will be delighted about it because you will know it's to do with your rebirth, and you will know it's to do with the changes, and you will know immediately because it's going to make you feel like it's going to give you an overwhelming emotion, and this is going to be brilliant. On another hand, you know what else? I'm so happy. I'm really happy because it's all about the certain restrictions. You know, what made you feel restricted? This week is going to bring you such a beautiful eye-opener. This week, my Pisces is going to be an eye-opener. It's to do with the restriction, you know, and it's just like, why would you restrict yourself? You know, that one restriction was causing so many problems, so many negativities because you went on the same road for too long, and that road, it's just on you to change the direction, you know. As soon as the turning is going there or there, it's on you to make that turning, okay? And this is all about you reaching these high levels of spirituality, subconsciousness. And when that happens to Pisces, you are on top of the world. You're on top of your own game. Just remember, think optimistically. Do not hold yourself down. Do not bring yourself down at any given moment in time, because it's all about you releasing yourself from this restriction. So the certain restriction is just going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe how much this was actually restricting me to be myself. And that in itself is going to make you realize, you see, an ultimate perfection, recognition of something absolutely mind-blowing. It's going to take stage, you know, and it's a lot to do with your benefit, profit, and it's a lot to do with with an advantage of your stage, you know, and your own capability, your own happiness, but also the good news that you're going to hear. It's all connected to just rewards from hard work, success, and admiration from others. You know, there's going to be a great level of admiration from others that you're going to have because of your own achievement this week. So this is going to be great, absolutely great. On another hand, you know, it is just about a certain knowledge. You're going to get certain knowledge this week. My Pisces, you know, you will see exactly what I mean. Certain knowledge is going to become an important part of your lotus moment, and that in itself is going to start an unfoldment, sacred unfoldment, which is going to activate you in so many different ways. It's going to re-energize you like, ooh la la. It's going to make you to want to take care of yourself. It's going to make you want to kind of change things around you, and this is brilliant. This is nothing unusual. Go for it. Change things around you. This always brings you high vibration and really good energy, but most importantly, it's about the sacred knowledge, self-illumination that you are going to have, you know. Even more important, it's about the self-denial, you know. What are you denying to yourself? Look, this is important. It's about the self-denial that is going to be life-changing. By the time you get to the last part of the by the time you get to the last part of this week, it's about the self-denial. You have been self-denying this to yourself, okay? A new stage, a new option, the realization, it's going to set you free. It's so important because at the same time you're entering a very important stage. So the bottom line is your self-denial that you had your self-illumination, your sacred knowledge, the deep levels of subconsciousness and consciousness that you are going to have this week. It's going to provide you with an opportunity and option to see and realize highly illuminated area around your own path, which is going to provide you with a sacred option of basically making an important decision on what was actually what have you been self-denying to yourself. And this is coming to term with a certain stage, with a certain option, and it's going to be mind-blowing at the same time, because it's going to boost your creativity. You're going to feel really good almost instantly. But on another hand, this is going to be the moment in time when you're going to start a new project. Something new is going to start straight away, and this is going to keep you going like there is no tomorrow. There you go, the Magician. Of course, this is about you. It's about your sacred stage. It's about your journey. It's about things that you're absolutely brilliant about, absolutely good at, but it's also about a certain acumen about yourself, the certain strength about yourself through your own self. This is so important. You're going to discover an integral part of your spiritual journey, an integral part of your life that is going to be waving at you by the end of this week. And that is going to be a remarkable beginning, because it's not only going to help you with a really powerless time of your life when you felt like a powerless. This is going to flip-flop over, and it's going to become the liberating moment of your life. Literally the liberating moment of your life, because at the same time it's going to give you a reason for celebration, the conclusion of the problem that was really dragging for a long time and taking lots of energy from you. It's going to help you to realize the certain illusion about your life, and that in itself is just going to start this process of the turning point, where you will be in touch with a group of people, or with one person who you normally wouldn't be in touch with, and you are going to respond in a completely different way that is going to really surprise you. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, because at the same time you're going to knock at the door of this absolutely completely different dimension that is about to start changing your life one step at a time. This is your turning point, okay? This is your turning point. This is an important stage, my gorgeous Pisces. So you need to trust yourself. You need to trust your own intuition. Don't forget to meditate as much as you can, because you will be getting and receiving all sorts of informations. This is all about your determination, all about your rejuvenation, all about your recognition, and the beginning of an enthusiasm and a whole beautiful initiative. Okay. What else I was going to say, my gorgeous Pisces, what is really important is that you are actually going to have a very, very important progress here. Very important progress, and it's time for action. Anything you want to do, anything that became really slow, anything that became really boring, anything that became really really bizarre in your life, like anything that it requires your your attention. This is so important, but especially when it comes to things that are bringing you down, when it comes to things that you don't like doing, when it comes to things that you don't like dealing with. Please, this is a perfect week to deal with like annoying things, annoying problems, and complex situations that are hanging over your life, until you just pay attention to them and just deal with them. Very important, because you will have this sacred energy, and that is going to provide you with the wings, that you wouldn't normally have. And this is going to give you the ability to see your situation from all sorts of angles that you wouldn't normally see. So therefore, it's going to provide you with a sacred knowledge, which is on another hand going to help you to react in a different ways. And this is what I'm talking about. It's all about this motivation, okay? Motivation, and the right person as well. It's going to come at around the midweek and just present themselves, and that person is also going to motivate you. An important moment in time. This is what I'm going to say, my Pisces. This week is going to bring you improvement, important realization, development, promotion, rebirth, and a major outcome of the past effort. A major outcome of the past efforts. And I'm absolutely super delighted for you. So I dropped half of the cards. Just a second. Oh gosh, I'm so clumsy. I said this before, I'm so clumsy lately. It's just one of those things, you know. Sometimes I'm completely opposite, but sometimes I'm super clumsy. Yeah, so now my gorgeous Pisces is basically when it comes to your health, you see, this is important. When it comes to your health, it is just make sure your knees are going to be quite sensitive, your legs are going to be quite sensitive, your lower back is going to be quite sensitive. Just make sure that you're doing relevant exercises if you can. Make sure that you are like sleeping in the right way. You sleep on the side for the whole week with a pillow in between your legs and with a pillow, a very good quality pillow underneath your head. And also make sure that you're meditating, make sure that you're grounding, and also make sure that you're not picking up too many heavy things, you know. And if you are picking up heavy things, if you do this for a living, just make sure that you take it easy, you know, that you take care, because if you are doing this for a living, then obviously you can't do much about it, but just make sure that you take it as easy as possible. On another hand, what else I was going to say, my gorgeous Pisces, it's very important for you to also use like something like a natural mouthwash. I said this before, still significant. Natural mouthwash without fluoride, natural toothpaste without fluoride, and also and basically organic acerola cherry powder for two reasons. Organic acerola cherry powders for two reasons, because it's going to help you with the healing gums, with the sensitive gums, which what you're going to have, and it's also going to help you with the cold and flu symptoms. And this is something that it's very important for you to take. Organic acerola cherry powder in the morning, 1 teaspoon in a little glass of water, drinky, and then in the evening before you go to sleep. So twice throughout the week, I'm going to need to take this. I'm going to need you to take this so you can protect yourself from cold, flu, and symptoms and things like that. And it's going to be quite wonderful. And on another hand, please, I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Your sensitivity to aluminium, it's going to be very strong. Just make sure you are taking natural aluminium-free deodorant as well, please. And on another hand, just a little bit of stress you will have this week, and just because of that, natural B vitamins. I know it's quite a lot I'm saying, sorry. That's what I'm saying. So it's natural B vitamin complex, because it's going to help you with the stress levels, and it's also going to help you with your digestive system. There are 2-in-1s, which is going to be very important. So you get natural B vitamin complex without any horrible ingredients. It needs to be as natural as possible, and if you can't, then just try to get food and eat, or try to eat food rich in B vitamins. So therefore, that way you will get B vitamins for your digestive system, which is going to be very gentle, very good for, and also is going to be good for your stress levels. Okay, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, or you just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now for those of you Pisces that are actually in relationships, for those of you Pisces that are in relationship, you see, it's a very important moment in time, because your partner is going to come up with some kind of decision. This decision is going to be something that you wanted to do, you wanted to make, you wanted to go for, you wanted to start, you were thinking about it for a long time. So the decision that your partner is going to make, it's going to surprise you, but it's going to be really good surprise, because you're both going to feel like it's the right time to move forward with your life and do something that you wanted to do for such a long time, and you thought that you can't do it, you can't go towards that direction yet, but you are most certainly going to have a very strong sign, very strong indication that your life is about to change when it comes to security and power, and therefore that is going to provide you with an option that you wouldn't normally have. Do you know what I mean? Security and power, and that is going to help you, otherwise you wouldn't be able to go. Okay, and for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy, I'm keep on seeing this, my gorgeous Pisces, there is a little baby coming into your life. Someone very important, it's about to enter your life, my gorgeous Pisces. Please trust me, for those of you that are single and ready to mingy, I just need you to take it easy, and I just need you to go out as much as you can. Meet as many people as you can, because there is going to be the twist of events that you're going to have, that you're going to be part of. But in order to make this happen, you need to tap into that water. You need to tap into that energy. If you don't jump in the water, you're never going to learn how to swim. This is important, my gorgeous Pisces, especially for you, because you know how to swim anyway. So that's what I'm saying. So it's important for you to go out as much as you can, but it's going to be very interesting twist of events that is going to happen, that is going to make you become the part of the group of people, or part of like some kind of situations that you wouldn't normally be. So there is someone very significant that is going to enter your life when you least expect it. When you least expect it, this person is going to be incredible, because their energy is going to reflect on you so beautifully, and it's going to be vice versa. Pisces, be prepared to be swept off your feet, okay? But it's going to happen in such a weird way. And this is what I find so interesting. This is what I find so wonderful. This is what I find so magical about this situation indeed. Okay? Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, all gorgeous. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, lots of healing, lots of love to every single one of you, my gorgeous people. Okay, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.